up? What's up?
Oh shit.
Forever.
I don't want that to happen again.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Hey. I got the feeling on my back. The flyers closed, looking ill as shit. Transactions illegitimate, cause life is still a bitch. And then you die, but now like close your eyes and feel a stick. Since diapers had nothing to live for, like the mic was for. Sure, every nigga stay rich within my sight. Pay the price to circle on success, they turn my mic up. I'm about to hit these niggas with some shit that'll light your life up. If every nigga like in your life up, your click is right. Nobody will cool, cause everyone will be each other's crutches. I'm feeling it. Choose to listen, I drop jewels busting. These are the rules I follow, like you gotta love it. Jiggy jigger looking gully in the joint. If y'all niggas ain't talking my large money, what's the point? I'm feeling it. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling this evening? Hey.
Oh, this your song.
Maintaining.
Look, Nate still
yes.
It's my jam
Good
right
evening,
there.
everyone. Yeah, that's a classic right there. A classic Jay-Z. Nate is really feeling it. Nate is
That's
really
my
feeling
song
it
that
tonight.
it just when you get down and you sad, you listen to that, you just be like, hold up, life ain't that bad. Hold up.
Yeah. No, for real. That song, you could tell that song will zone you out.
Right.
So, what's up, everybody? What's up? Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to Talk with Teezy, Venus versus Mars. I'm your host, of course, Teezy, in the building as always. We have our, I don't even want to call y'all special guests because y'all just
We live here.
We in there. We in there.
We go in the refrigerator without accent over here.
They just a part of the Talk with Teezy show. That's it. I done recruited them. They ain't even know it. Kia in the building. Got my girl Kia in the building. Hey, Kia.
What up? What's up, y'all?
And then we got Nate in the building. What's up, Nate? Hoodie Gang Nate.
Hoodie Gang Nate, you know.
Hoodie
Gang Nate. Web somewhere over here. I don't know where Web at. He coming back. Hey, Tank. Thanks for tuning in.
What up?
What's up, Rondell?
Deli Del, what up, man?
Thanks for tuning in. Rondell, you Rondell, he was real quiet last week. He was trying to get into it. He was like, he just taking everything in.
Facts.
All right, you guys. So today's topic, I think it's a pretty good one. I think it's something that we need to talk about. I think that all of us maybe have some type of experience or dealings with it. I feel like even if we don't know that, we do. So I think it's something good that we touch on. And our topic for today is healing that the child within. Healing the child within you. What you think that mean, Nate?
Healing the child within you. Coming to a conclusion with yourself on growing up. That's what it sounds like to me. And taking the steps towards
growing up.
Yeah, like growing up, you got to heal that child in you. So, we all do childish things and like to play childish games, but at some point in your life, you got to like grow up. So that's what it sounds like to me.
That's a different perspective.
I'm just saying.
I think with this topic, it's so many different avenues with this topic because healing the child within could mean so many different things depending on who's saying what. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it could be like maybe some type of trauma could have happened to somebody as a kid, and that still it carried on as an adult. Like sometimes it could be negative traits, you know what I'm saying, that people carry from a child into an adult. Sometimes it could be a little overwhelming when you have positive traits too. Like some people are easily taken advantage of, and they can be like, "Well, I've always been like that. I've been like that since I was little." Though sometimes positive traits can carry on too. So I think if things happen, whether they were good or bad as a child, and they were never, especially if they were bad and they were never corrected, it's definitely gonna carry on into your adult life.
True.
Right.
Right.
I like that perspective. Well, you know, of course, the topic we're talking about healing the inner child. So I was just asking, like, what they think that means. What do you think that means? Thank you, Kia, for that.
Mm-hmm.
Web, can you hear me?
Wake up, Web. Wake up.
Oh. Web,
Can't hear me?
Nah, you
No.
froze.
It looked like you was just laying back chilling.
No. So yeah, I caught the end of what Kia was saying, and she was making some very, very valid points. That when trauma is hard, is like hard. I was on a status the other day talking about it. It's like you can't just expect it to fix, or you know what I mean. You got to go back to the root of where it stems from in order to make the problems go away. Like she was saying, sometimes it could be a good trait. You could be kind, you could be nice, and people will take advantage of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? They will use you
I can't hear
and
him anymore.
abuse you, not in the sense of physically abusing you. They'll mentally abuse you, emotionally abuse
Can
you,
you guys hear Web?
logically abuse you.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
You know what I mean? Like there's so many different types of abuse. Then again, there could be the negative stuff. You could go through negative trauma like being molested. You could go through negative trauma of being neglected because your parents do drugs. You could be going through the negative trauma of being neglected because being physically abused because your parents drink, or because one parent drink and you watching a parent get abused. You know what I mean? Like it's so many different things that people grow up with and experience from their childhood that they don't realize is affecting them and affecting them both together, because it means, you know what I mean? And
I think, oh, sorry, Web, go ahead.
and these things carry on. Sometimes we just find ways to pacify the situation.
Yeah.
I think a lot of adult characteristics, and once again, it's different for everybody, but you know how like you could pinpoint a certain individual and you could just be like, oh, like they so selfish. That starts from
Childhood.
young. You know what I'm saying? So I think,
or always saying sorry. Always saying sorry.
yo,
That
I work with a lady like that. She's so apologetic. She say sorry for nothing. She don't even have to. I'm like, why are you so apologetic? She was like, oh my God, I'm always doing that. My husband says it to me all the time. I'm like, well, what are you apologizing for?
Yep.
It's
She
nothing.
probably was made to feel like a problem when she was a child.
A child, yep.
Yep.
So now she feel like she got to rectify the situation all the time, and half the time she probably not even the cause of the problem.
Yep.
That's a fact.
That's very true.
You say sorry all the time, and I'm like, for what? What you sorry for this time? Because you ain't even do nothing. It's crazy.
And she of course she probably realizes she does, but to her it's just so normal.
And she's so bashful. It's like she's so embarrassed. Like she's embarrassed, and she's the whole time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For what?
No, it's normalized behavior that she probably don't even see it, or she probably be sad. She go home and she's sad thinking about like, damn. You know what I mean? I gotta apologize for everything, but it's stuff that carries on.
It's like you don't have to apologize. When the time is right, then cool, apologize. But I ain't walking in a room and you like, hi kid, good morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say good morning to you already? Listen, it's okay if you did. Don't apologize. It's okay.
That was funny as hell.
Please stop saying sorry.
Well, yeah, it's be deep. Things be deep.
Hold on, I'm listening. I'm about to add a Ray on too. Sorry, guys. No, I don't want to.
You know what? My father used to always say, don't say sorry, say I apologize. A lot of times I used to say sorry when like people walk in front of me and like get ready to bump into me. I'd be like, sorry, and let them go by. He used to be like, just don't say that. He said, think I apologize. And then after a while, like saying that was just like, I ain't saying I apologize. You just started to like debo people.
Yo, you know what? I should try that, because I do a lot of that. Saying sorry when people are trying to pass people in. You know what I mean? Oh, my bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I should try that.
Yeah.
Like,
I do
I-
too.
I apologize for being late, y'all. Then.
Yeah.
It's okay, Lorraine.
Sometimes the
It's
person
okay,
will step
Lorraine,
on my
man.
foot
We
and not be
forgive
quick to
you.
say sorry, and they saying sorry at the same time.
Right.
But it's
Right.
So
What's your
yeah,
output
Lorraine.
on what today's topic is? What you think? What does it mean to you?
I need lighting.
As a fan of the show, I be hearing y'all tapping into this topic like all the time, and that just shows how relevant it is. You get what I'm saying? As much as I advocate about therapy, that's one of the best ways and the best platforms to kind of deal with some of that trauma that you was that you don't even know make you who you are. You get
yep.
what I'm saying? You just interacting with people through trauma and incidents and shit that happened when you was young,
Right.
and you don't even know that it really added to the adult that you are. So
Yep.
definitely a pertinent topic.
Yes, it is. I can say I had to learn, but I still do it a little bit, but I was one of the people that says sorry a lot. Like until I learned that it had to do with some type of trauma, or back then when I was young, I used to be the one that used to be saying sorry all the time. And just like you, Kia, I have a coworker that does it all the time. And I'm like, you don't have to say sorry, but then I do understand that that's a part of her trauma that she may not even understand. Like Lorraine said, a lot of times it pours into us as adults and even into our children. For example, like when Webb was talking about the different reasons why, like he was talking about you might have been molested or raped when you were younger. And now that you have kids, and like for me, instant, I'm gonna be transparent. And for me, that did happen with me when I was younger, when I was a little girl, literally. And now that I have two daughters, the way that I'm like overprotective over them, I know that a part of that has to do with that situation. Like I know that that's not. Yes, of course we want to be protective of our kids, but I even talked with Webb about it before. Like I'm to the point like, even when I chill around like my homeboys or my family, I don't care. Like I'm just like always watching. Like I'm very attentive with it, to the point that sometimes I'm like, I hope I'm not making people feel uncomfortable, or even that if they could understand, or even notice that I'm so like on them with my kids without them even knowing. Like for instance, my cousin was staying with me for a little bit, and he never did anything or anything like that. But my youngest one was like always like trying to be around him and so attached. And that was fine. But for me, because of what I've been through as a child, I used to be like, if they like say if they'll be in the living room laughing and playing, I don't care. I'm just like, I'm kind of now I'm like going in there checking like every 5 minutes, going in the room and the living room and checking on them, and they not doing nothing, but it's just the things that I've been through or what I went through. It makes me be, who I am as an adult, far as it goes with my kids. Like, and sometimes I'll be like, all right, Shantae, you gotta relax. You have to calm down, but then it's like that other side of me is like, yo, this happened to you. And I don't ever want it to happen to my kids. So I'm just like around men, even when I be chilling, like y'all might not even notice it, but I'm very like, so
I've never noticed that.
Oh, so I'll be doing it good.
So you doing a good job, because I've never ever noticed that, like, being around you.
Yes.
Ray, this ginger ale in my cup, Ray.
Oh God.
There's ginger ale in here too.
Hey, that's right.
See, Nate, you're the only one.
So I'm the only alcoholic, huh? That's what y'all trying to say?
Hey,
Yes.
Ray, Nate got some whites.
He got Ray in there.
So full disclosure, is Ray in ginger ale in here too.
Oh, so you do got some liquor in your cup.
Okay.
Come on, toast, Nate. Toast,
I'm
Nate.
just sipping Ray. So
Can I get a toast, Nate?
Toast up, Nate.
Toast, Nate.
Dang.
Everybody got their toast going, huh?
Dang, well, we was left out the picture tonight. We didn't even know he was supposed to be bringing the. We didn't know we were supposed to be having.
Listen, Webb, big brother, the one that like put me on to the white.
On the Ray, right?
Young days.
That's
so.
Listen,
Lorraine, listen. Liv got me so trained with Ray. My friends don't like Ray. I could drink Ray all the time.
I can't. I like it.
But my boys don't like Ray. They don't
we
like
use
Ray.
it for cold. We use it. You got a sore throat? Take a shot of this. You be all right.
Live
Shout
train
out,
well
shout
with
out my
Ray.
man Liv. He put me onto the mix, the Ray mixed with the Patron, like half and half, and then put
I don't
Oh,
Ray
even
you
try
in
trying
that.
to be lit, lit.
Oh,
No,
I ain't never
with some
tried that.
pineapple
Let
juice
me
in
try
it.
that.
I'm about to say rain up and pineapples. Now I could do that.
Yeah, nah, that's
Yeah,
how he
pineapple
taught
juice.
me.
Yeah,
half
Damn.
and half,
With
Ray and
pineapple.
Patron. Trust me.
Rain
I
for
could do
corn. I'm gonna
that.
try that.
But rain up and Patron, you
I'm gonna
trying
try
to
that.
be
That sounds
on
like
your
a mixture, boy.
that's a birthday drink. Gotta
Yeah.
be.
no
That's
for real.
that's when you Kia. That's when you want to catch somebody slipping.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds
Lorraine,
real
don't be
good.
starting nothing up here.
Hey,
Lorraine.
wait, we about to change the topic today. The hell?
For real, y'all just went over to the liquor. Let me revert
Welcome
it
to
back to what we
Alcoholics
were
Hey, Ray, let's
Anonymous.
talk
talking
about it.
yeah, that's funny.
Let me
The hell
restart
with
the
the whole
comment.
conversation.
Teezy,
I want to
get us
talk
back
about
on
what Ray
topic,
just said.
I'm about to ignore all of y'all and start reading my comments. Rondell said he think it's about growing up. It's a lot of different ways that this could be approached.
Yep.
Very true, Kia. Natalie said, hello, everyone. Hey, Natalie.
Hey,
Hey, Natalie.
He said she loving the curls. Thank you, girl. Hey, sis. My sister said, hey, y'all.
Hey, Kendra.
We got Larry Davis with the heart of, what's up, Larry? What's up, Weedy?
Oh, that's Weedy on there. What's
Yup.
up, Weedy?
Hey, Diane. What's up? Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, yo,
Gail said it's a mother's intuition. A mother's instinct. Mocha, what's up, Mocha? She said, I think it's a cultural thing too because I'm Jamaican and Panamanian and we are very
it is a
protective with
culture
our
thing.
girls.
It is a culture thing. I noticed, like Dominicans, they're very protective
Hey,
over the
yeah.
girls too.
But I don't know. Well, I don't know. I feel like that has to do with the things as a child that I don't know if I didn't heal from it. Yeah, I feel like I did, but I just feel like it's like it makes me be just like so like don't get me wrong, my kids they be around people, but it's just like in my mind how I start thinking when they're like around men and stuff, and it could be nothing going on, but in my head I'm like, no, I gotta keep her, I gotta check her.
A lot of
Don't feel guilty for being like
At all.
things, they feel guilty at all. But a lot of things would probably be stemming from like just thoughts and thinking that something's a certain kind of way and it don't even be that way, and you end up making it worse. But that's how like childhood traumas work. You know what I'm saying? Like as you get older, you start thinking things are the way that you remember them to be, and it might not even be that kind of situation going on. And your reaction to it makes it worse.
Well, I cannot like Kia said, she can't tell.
Right.
And people can't tell what's in my thoughts either when I'm around, but
you on point though.
But you on point, yeah.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to them babies.
Exactly.
Okay, well I can look at that in that way. I didn't look at it like that, but I definitely can look at it like that. Cause I'm gonna go to jail, y'all, with a smile on my face. Y'all gonna know about some y'all gonna hear about some chopped up bodies.
Respectably, right? Smile
Yep. I don't care. Everything go out the window. Like I don't trust the system. They ain't gonna do much. But that's one of the things I feel like with childhood. That was just an example that I was given. What about you guys? Do you have anything from your childhood that maybe you feel like poured into your adulthood that now that you're still dealing with, or you may not have even realized it?
Can I chime in real quick?
Go ahead.
And it's something that I try to speak from experience, but I also speak from like talking to my brothers and stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like one thing with men is we like society don't design the thought the picture of a man to be vulnerable and deal with trauma that you went through in childhood. Childhood trauma is not a topic that
men
me
like
and
to
my
talk
boys
about.
sit and discuss. You get what I'm saying?
And why is that, Ray? You think it's what? Egos? You think it's like shameful?
It's just not. Is so Teezy is so open with her experience, but real talk, I believe is 50-50 with like rape and molestation and shit like that for men and women, like boys and girls,
right?
Especially in the Black community. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of men that have dealt with that type of stuff too, from older women, and from older men. You get what I'm saying? And that ain't no topic that
men want to discuss
we're
or
not
try
about
to
to
talk
sit and
about.
talk about.
You
You
know
get
what?
what I'm saying?
It's
I don't
when
think
men.
that's necessarily ego, but I think it's more that us being vulnerable with talking about our experiences is not a platform for that. Like that's not welcome conversation. So we're not even
Right.
sitting ready to talk about that
Mm-hmm.
unless we get like ego is a part of it though, Kia.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I can't be who I am walking around these streets if I was molested when I was young.
Right.
You know what
That's
I'm
what I was
saying
gonna
to the
say.
people?
I don't think an average guy from around the way would just openly talk about, yeah, I was molested from the age of 5 to 10. Because then
Exactly.
They gonna clown them,
you got people
laugh
that's
at them, call
ignorant.
them a yeah.
Yeah, you
You
got people
become,
that's
you
ignorant that
face
won't know how to
insecurity.
receive that, and they start calling you gay, or they just take it the wrong way. So
So
that's
so
why.
I don't even think we could even say like if it would happen, then this would happen because it ain't a whole lot of examples of that shit. You get what I'm saying? There ain't a whole lot of examples of somebody being open enough to be like, this happened to me. Unless it's some DCF shit or some shit
Right.
where somebody ended up on the news where they can't deny that this happened. Like when I was young, it was like I used to live with my grandmother in Chappelle, right? And it used to be Little League going on across the street. Come to find out, one of the coaches was molesting one of the players, and when it came out, he ended up taking the kid's life.
He ended up
You know
killing
what I'm
the
saying?
kid.
Oh
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. So this was the stigma of that type of thing in the project when I was growing up. Like that should have happened. Like our parents was like, if somebody buying you shit or things like that, the things that like bring people into being
Right.
able to be used and manipulated and stuff like that. Be mindful of that.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
also put the every parent in the project was hypersensitive about that shit. You feel
Mm.
me? My mother, she ain't even want me playing Little League when I got old enough to do it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But the fact that we know that story, we able to talk about that story, and I know his family, so we able to have that conversation. But outside of that, ain't nobody about to be like, yeah, my motherfucking gym teacher or my
Right.
uncle or my aunt or my mother girlfriend or my father friend
Mm-hmm.
is that's not gonna come up unless it's in therapy. That's why I promote therapy, because that's where you able to have them hard conversations that is nobody in your immediate circle that you feel comfortable with doing that.
And that's sad though. Like it should be a thing where, especially if you have a circle and you have a group of people that you trust and you've been around, like you should be able to, you have your go-to where you should be able as a man to be vulnerable and talk about things and not be judged or not be called out of your name or looked at differently because you've been through something in the past. But like you said, a lot of times for men, it's just like it's not there. A man does not want to talk about that. I feel like a lot of times too, they don't want to. I think I don't know because I'm not a man, but I would say like they don't want to speak about it maybe too because they don't want to believe that it happened to them.
I
I'm
mean,
not
that I think
sure.
that's universal though. You know, it's some women
True.
that like I know some like shit was rough in the early '90s. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When crack really had a hold on the community, like shit was rough, and a lot of my friends' parents was caught up in that shit, and a lot of the female, my female friends, just imagine the shit that they get caught up in when the people that support them is hooked into that shit. You get what I'm saying? Just imagine the shit that they see, and imagine the shit that their parents like put them through.
Put him through, yo.
You get
That's a
what I'm
good
saying?
point.
Like I know some
Mm-hmm.
girls that their parents was like prostituting them out and shit when they was young.
Yeah.
We was babies back then.
And
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
10, 11,
And now
12.
these the girls that we as like on a day to day we judging them. You get what I'm saying? and not recognizing like this topic is like the childhood trauma that added to what the person that they are now.
That's a good to piggyback off what you're saying. Like,
I like that. Yeah.
yeah, it be real like that, and not always do people want to take a look at that kind of stuff. Kind of like you were saying, Shante. Like people don't. Every people outside is gonna look at you and judge you, not knowing that's where it's coming from. You might know where that's where it's coming from, and in order to not feel judged, you making up other reasons or coming up with other kind of, you know what I'm saying, like other ways of expressing yourself to veil it in a way, to veil the truth of the matter.
Like little by little.
Not necessarily little by little, but like sometimes people emotionally veil things by being like, oh, like they don't care or acting like they don't care about it, but it's like you do care. You care more than you want to realize you care about something sometimes. You know what I mean? And it's important to take a look to have insight. Because if you sit there trying to avoid looking at yourself, or you'll never get to where it come from. Sometimes people forget, they try to block it out and try to hide it, and now they're doing stuff where they thinking like they're normalizing the behavior by creating reasons around it that don't necessarily be true, but to them it's true because that's how they feel and that's what they want it to be.
You know another thing too. Just
sorry, y'all, we getting deep tonight.
We are.
Nah, this like real talk. Like as a people, like society already put shit on us, like that can be traumatic. You get what I'm saying? Yes. Just the day to day. I lost all different type of people in different age brackets as I grew up that were traumatic experiences. You get what I'm saying? So and I know like my parents, they had traumatic experiences. And their parents had traumatic experience from the first trauma when they brought us here. You get what I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna be saying this shit a lot tonight. The fact that I promote therapy is a reason is a way to like break the generational curses, like y'all be saying. One of those generational curses is not dealing with trauma and pushing that shit under the rug.
Yes.
And becoming strong enough to be able to navigate this shit in the midst of your trauma.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say just now. Exactly what I was trying to say just now.
It's a bunch of people that are functioning out in this world, but that's because they've been able to develop into the person that's able to function in the midst of trauma. You get what I'm saying? And this is I'm speaking for myself. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been through all different type of things, from initially growing up in a single parent home and being that ear to the stress of, like my mother never hid what was going on in the house from me. You get what I'm saying? When shit was about to get cut off, I knew they was about to get cut off because she told me they was about to get cut off. Whether I was motherfucking 3, 6, 10, 15, whatever the case. You get what I'm saying? She never had that pause to be like, well, no, this a kid. It was no, it's me and him. So he gonna hear the shit that I'm going through. And to be honest, hearing what she was going through, it had an effect on me as a kid.
It will do that. It will do that.
You get what I'm saying? I've been working since I was 13. You get what I'm saying? It put me in a position, like childhood was what it was, but I've been thinking I was grown for a while. You get what I'm saying? And that was in response to what was going on at home and what was going on in the community. Feel me?
Right.
One point I want to make though, when I seen you when you told me what the topic was, Teezy, I was thinking like, I want women to know that first and foremost, all of us living in this society, we all deal with trauma. One way or another.
They traumatize us on a whole. Not to cut you. They
Absolutely.
traumatize us on a whole.
Absolutely.
So that's first and foremost. But I wanna, I tonight I want to speak for some of the traumas that men go through that they not willing to sit and talk about, because y'all, as women, y'all dealing with these niggas that got childhood trauma.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Real shit.
I
He's
mean,
right.
you're right. It goes both ways, bro. You're right, though.
I'm one
Speak
of them.
on it.
I'm one of them.
He's right.
But do you see how you can acknowledge that?
Why? Okay, so Ray, let me ask you this.
Wait, before we get too deep, let me just read some of these comments before we start to go in that.
Shout out to the viewers.
You ignited a good fire, Ray.
Yes, always shout out to the
Yeah,
viewers.
real talk.
Ebony said, but a lot of them have been molested. Believe that. Talking about the men. Monica said, I remember writing a 10-page paper on a topic like this, and I found out more Black men who suffered from trauma that experienced being molested or raped rather kill themselves than come out open. Yep. Ebony, she said she agrees with Webb. Normalization of a lot of things can be made to believe that they are real.
Quote, unquote,
Ray, you are a very educated Black king. Salute, bro.
It's the books. It's the books in the background.
And YouTube.
You know what I mean? Those books. Hey Jennifer, she said real talk. Ebony said, I love you, Lorraine.
Oh, who? What? Oh, hey, what's up, Ebony? I know a million Ebonys. I ain't see what picture popped up.
That was the Ebony that was on the show.
That was on last time. That was on with us last week.
Oh, hey, what's up, Eb? I'm glad she digging me now. She wasn't digging me.
Yo, I'll be having conversations with my cousin a lot. Like when I have conversations with people one-on-one, I spent a lot of time in my youth. Like the way I dealt with trauma or certain things that I felt was traumatic as a kid, I would bury my nose in a book. So I would learn a lot as when I was young about different things, but I didn't know how to apply it to life because I didn't have the experiences. You get what I'm saying? So once I started going through certain experiences, I was able to catch on to things I was able to catch on to certain life things from my readings and from my learning from books. You get what I'm saying? Like I spent a lot of time outside of the box, so to speak, as far as following trends and just being in social situations where that's where you mostly get response with feelings to things instead of thinking about things. So I do a lot of thinking when it comes to things. Like I do a ton of thinking when it comes to things. You know what I mean? So when I have conversations with people, I mostly speak from a thinking point of view rather than an experience point of view.
That's dope. That's real dope and insightful that you can even like say that about yourself. What?
Yeah, film like so. Like when I get to when they speak about
Webster's in the building.
certain point, like I can. It seems like I'm giving them advice but it's not that I'm giving them advice. It's just a knowing of a situation, in a sense, right? And so, like I speak to my customer. Like when I have one-on-one conversations with people, I get really deep, and they be like, "Yo, how do you know the things that you know?" And sometimes I be forgetting where I got the information I got from. You know what I'm saying? I just know it. But sometimes I can tap back into like an experience thing and give them an example using their experience, and they'll let me know from that. But like I spent a lot of time with my nose in books, learning stuff, and then learning what they don't want us to learn, in a sense. About how before, like the whole energy wave and everybody on the spirituality tip, I didn't know that's what I was learning, but I was learning like the dark side of it. So I knew about like kids being taken to use for certain type of things, and now that kind of stuff is coming out to the public. So I get a sense of people perceive me to be smarter than thinking I'm smarter than everybody, but it's like, yo, no, I don't, you know what I mean? And I don't mean to come off any kind of way, but I like to learn is a thing with me. So I found ways to heal my traumas as they happened when I was younger, and I was judged for that. So then I got a whole nother trauma put on top of it.
So were those healing your trauma from when you was younger? Was it kind of finding ways to cover over that trauma?
No, it was
100% dealing with it.
It was
Like
I guess
kind of like masking your trauma.
yeah, I guess in a
Right.
sense, some of it was like masking it, but really it was learning about what the situation entailed.
Mm.
So I was able to not deal with it in the way that everybody expected me to deal with it, but call it out. Deal with it by calling it out.
Okay. I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? So now that because I didn't deal with it in a way of doing something about it, that has translated into my adulthood.
Right. Right.
You know another thing, Teezy?
What's up?
Cause I hope it ain't no dudes on here that's gonna feel no type of way. Cause I'm about to put all our shit out there.
Put it out.
Listen, I don't care if they feel some type of way. This talk with Teezy.
I'ma say, and initially I'm speaking from experience. Like I used to be a little fat kid. You get what I'm saying? It took me, initially being.
Oh, I know where you about to go with this. But go ahead.
Initially being like secure with being a fat kid, where I'd be like we used to go to Windsor Pool when I was young, and I used to be the last one to take my shirt off because I got a stomach. You get what I'm saying? And my cousins, they got. I mean, your family gonna do you the dirtiest. You get what I'm saying?
Yep,
my cousins prepared me for like high school and shit. Like you ain't about to. I got bars now.
Yeah, you ain't about to rank
my
them.
old cousins done gave it to me.
Yeah.
But I think one of the most and I'm speaking to the women that I watching, because I want y'all to be able to like
recognize these things
with the dudes that y'all dealing with and understand like why some of us are how we are. And one of the biggest thing is insecurity. And initially it starts with society. Society teach us to be insecure about ourselves. It's not no positive visuals of black men in society. You get what I'm saying?
They pull them off. They pull them off every chance they get.
It not even they took them off because they never wrote in. You get what I'm saying? As positive the Cosby Show was, Bill Cosby never had nobody else on the show that was a positive black man. Feel me? His son has dyslexia. You get what I'm saying? Why the fuck would you write that into your shit? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I never the positive people that I seen in my life were doing certain things, and I mean we know what it is. But at the same time, part of growing up was being able to face initially society telling me that that I should be insecure because I'm less than.
Yep.
But then dealing with just the day-to-day shit that put me in a position to feel insecure. You get what I'm saying? The expectations of manhood, the expectations of being a black man, all different type of shit put us in a position to where if you're not able to take a second and be introspective and know your worth and know your value, just like we tell black women the same exact thing. That story's not told to black men. You get what I'm saying? And we put in a position where we either have to deal with it or y'all got to deal with a man being insecure. You get what I'm saying? It took me a long time. It took me, like my son helped me to grow as a man for real.
Mm-hmm.
And he put me in a position to recognize that, no, you have to be secure with who you are, Lorraine. And if you're not, then work towards that. If you're secure with how he'll look at you working at UPS, nigga, stop working at UPS. Work somewhere, improve your shit. You get what I'm saying? If you're not secure with how he'll look at you as how you present yourself and how he and then how you tell him how to present himself, nigga, change that shit. Cut your braids
Right.
off, Lorraine. You fucking 30, nigga. Cut your braids off.
Right.
Cut your braids off.
But I think like I said, I'm talking to the women. Y'all have to understand that the niggas that y'all dealing with, a lot of us are still working through insecurity.
A lot, yes.
Right.
You
What
know what
about
I'm saying?
insecurity?
That's another topic.
Damn.
That's another topic.
So,
Why we can't talk about that?
You know where I thought you was gonna go, Ray? When you mentioned being because I got friends that's like this. They were like chubby, or you know what I mean, like heavy set, and they youth. And you get older, and then they start to feel insecure about it, or they feel insecure about it as a kid, and they find ways to cover it up.
Oh, and they fat
And
shame.
then yeah, they get you know what I mean the fat shamed, and then as they get older, they start to lose that weight, and now the ego takes over. Oh, girls is on me.
Mm.
So now they running through women, running through women, running through women,
And
running
that's
through
that's
women. It be a
yeah,
problem.
absolutely. So like I said initially, I'm gonna just speak from experience. But
Who's
at the same
TV? Me and
time,
Kai,
Kai
mute
TV.
your that's your TV, Kai. Sorry.
Let me see.
but it's not like it don't come out in different ways. You get what I'm saying? I could have been a shitty nigga and um use my powers for evil. You get what I'm saying?
Which a lot
But
of people do.
I
Yeah,
have a conscience and I believe in like
righteous.
karma. Feel
The
me? I
morals. It
learned
comes down to
karma,
morals.
and that put me in a space to move a little different. But it do come out in that too. A lot of guys that y'all see that are perpetuating a lot of the stereotypes, a lot of negative stereotypes. A lot of that is just due to insecurities. A lot of women that's perpetuating a lot of negative stereotypes. I'm sure that's I can't speak
To experience,
specifically, but
but
I'm sure that's based off of some insecurities. Feel me?
Mhm.
The society do it, and then us individual, like us collectively, we do that shit to ourselves too.
I don't. So I think that the problem is, especially when it comes to relationships, like we all have things that we have to deal with. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody have issues. Everybody have trauma. Everybody have things that they have been through, and I think it is. I think the issue comes in when like you don't want to like a woman. Or me talking as a woman, if you have trauma or issues and stuff, it's not to say like you're about to get rolled off or I'm about to just write you off. Like, nah, I can't deal with that. The issue becomes when you don't want to deal with your insecurities or you don't want to work on your insecurities. Like, you got to recognize that. And that doesn't mean that a male or a female is going to walk away from you because of it. But it does mean that a male or a female can walk away from you because you don't even want to try to work on those insecurities. You just like, oh, I know what's wrong with me. And you're never working on it, but you keep saying you know what's wrong with you, and every year you just continuing to be the same person. It's like, okay, now I might have to cut you off because I'm here to try to hold you down and help you deal with it. But if you don't want to deal with your own insecurities within yourself and for self first and foremost, then yeah, it can be a very tough situation to be in a relationship with someone like that.
mhm.
So I think that women, we know that men have trauma. We know that men have insecurities. And just like women, we have a lot of insecurities, things we've dealt with. But for me, I know I would like to see you working on it, not just you. I know you have that, but okay, what's the next step for you to work on your insecurities? And what can I do to help? But you gotta put your foot forward first.
I think you said you asked a great question because that shit is a different answer for everybody. If I
Mm-hmm.
tell you if you able to, if you dealing with me and we are able to come to a point where I'm able to share the fact that I'm insecure about certain things, then I think that should be a trigger for you to respond a certain type of way. Help me feel
So,
secure with this. Like help me feel secure with my little butt. You get what I'm saying? Make me feel like I ain't like the fact that I don't got no butt is not a big deal.
Right.
Smack my little
Right.
butt sometimes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make me feel loved with these flat cheeks.
Exactly.
No, seriously, don't take the insecurities and throw it in my face now. Don't take it and make me feel bad, because then guess what? That's gonna make me close up and not want to open up to you again and say things to you again, or even let you know, like, yo, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through. Because then, like, I'm gonna close up on you. So I definitely agree with you when you say, like, help me on that page. Don't just sit up there and ridicule me and talk about me and make fun or whatever of my thing, or we get into an argument. And now you want to throw that insecureness in my face.
They use it as control though.
Hey, I got
Speaking
a
from
question.
experience, hold on, real
Yup,
quick.
Nate. Go ahead, Kia.
So, excuse me. My question was for Lorraine. When you brought up the topic of the guys that we dealing with, us as women, we dealing with y'all. So that was a very, very bold but true statement you said. And when I say bold, I don't mean like out of order bold. I mean, like, yes, Lorraine, for acknowledging it bold, because my question to you was, what makes you that guy to put it out there when the average guy won't even admit to that? What makes you different to say that? Because it's true. It's true what you said. But I've never in my life heard a guy admit to that. Like they hold us accountable. They think, like, they call us crazy. They call us insecure. They set the tone. They set the trend for the relationship. Make us go all the way left, and then tell their boys we crazy. But they don't tell their boys what we really dealing with behind closed doors.
Yep.
Some men do that.
Right.
So why is it that a man won't admit that? But you just admitted it. So what? That was the question. What makes you, like, how do you know that? Who told you that?
Who told him that?
Like, real talk. So the
Right.
best way I can answer it is, like, I love all my babies, but my oldest son, he put me in a position to kind of like look myself in the mirror. You get what I'm saying? And a couple of women in my life too. I try to listen.
Wait. I'm gonna call you in a second.
But for the
They call
most part,
you.
like I said, having my son and like being a single father, and it put me in a position to think about how I can give him something that his mother would give him, and thinking about that and like evolving into that, it was being in tune with yourself, being in tune with like all sides of yourself, and
Yeah.
not just being in tune with the masculine side, but knowing the value and being in tune with the feminine aspect of it,
You
of yourself.
think by being raised by your grandmother, that's what was kind of instilled in you to understand that?
No, by my mother, but no, my mother was like one of, like a lot of mothers. She was like, no, nigga, be hard, stop, don't cry, and
Get up.
somebody mess with you
You better
that's
beat him
bigger
up.
than you, pick up something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? It wasn't until I had my son and I had to think about, like, how how can I put this little nigga in a position to be beneficial to some queen that he gonna be with eventually, and not be a wreck when he run into one of these little girls out here.
Right.
I put trying to be the best father for him put me in a position to let go a lot of the negative masculine shit. It put me in a position not to feel to try to solve problems.
It made you grow up. It sounds like,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
I stress immaturity. Like, I think a lot of men, and I can't point my finger at the male population. I can say from my personal experience, like what I've experienced or come across, maturity is like, oh my God. The
And it don't matter
maturity,
what age.
level, and it don't matter what age, it's like the maturity level is shot.
But listen though, to And Teezy chimed in too, talking about no matter what age. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Part of my development was the fact that women that I interacted with like felt responsible for their position in my life and was like, all right, if I'm gonna be dealing with Lorraine, whether it be my mother, whether it be one of my cousins, a girlfriend, a friend, they was responsible with how they engage with me. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't never talking to me through talking at me like as a man and dudes is
Mm-hmm.
like this and that type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? And they always put me in a position to develop. Like they held me accountable for maturing. That
Mm.
maturity came with people that was mature too,
That's
or like even if they wasn't, they recognized like let me add something positive to this shit. So if y'all dealing with immature dudes, it's part of y'all responsibility to
First of all,
help them to mature.
first of
That's
all,
my
TV is
role in it.
single. First of
nah,
all,
Holding
That's
the
you
higher
responsibility.
standards.
you're right, Ray, and it's the same on both ends because it's also our responsibility as a man in the relationship to help an immature woman mature.
Oh
But
yeah, it's immature
it
women.
but it's a lot of they do a lot of making people feel away through the media, but they have like this big women empowerment movement. So women might feel they're mature and they really don't be. They be very immature. I'm not coming for women because I love women. It's not even it be both sides. Like I said,
Let me get my drink.
it be both sides. Because dudes do it too. We be real immature. We be real, you know what I mean? Like men be immature, women be immature. I'm not saying this from a place of trying to judge women. I'm saying it from a place of love. You get what I'm saying? Like
Web, I agree. We got both sides can be immature.
it's
Right,
on the other
right.
it's
Both
on the
sides are
party
immature.
not
Or
responsible to be the person's parent because women like to say that well I ain't your mom or dudes like to be like I ain't your daddy like you know what I mean but it shouldn't be like that. It should just be from a place of love that you help to mature, but a person has to be willing and open.
How about
Yes,
we stop using the word
I'm
mature?
searching for everything.
Let's not say mature right now. Develop. How about we say
develop,
develop?
develop
Develop. I like that
mentally,
better.
Because anybody that
emotionally,
you with, you should be invested in them developing. You
and
get what I'm
developing.
saying?
True.
Everybody in my life, I'm invested with them. I'm invested with Teezy developing her show. If I'm gonna be on this motherfucker, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how you gotta be. That's how you gotta be.
Facts.
true.
Hey, Mom. My mom
So,
said, hey, everyone.
to couples out there,
What's up?
work on
Hey.
trying to help your partner develop.
Wait, say that again, Web?
So for like couples out there, try to work on helping your partner develop because again, back to childhood traumas because that's the point of the show.
you should
Is
develop together though. It
you should
shouldn't be
develop
a
together.
helping them. Y'all both should be developing together. Y'all should both be seeing what each other's doing and being like, you know what, I can help you with that, and she could be like, I can help you with
I
this
can
and
help you with this.
that,
Yup.
and that's what
Exactly.
relationships supposed
So
to be.
what happens when the person is in denial of what you're noticing and recognizing, and you bring it to their attention,
Mm.
and they're in denial of it? How do you help your partner develop? Like Ray, you said, it's our responsibility. How? How do you hold
How
that
when they don't
standard
want,
when
yeah.
when they're in the denial of it?
Hmm.
Open one of them damn books
That,
behind you.
that,
Open
that,
your
All
that's
right,
mouth
the
at
so
least.
question.
I would.
Like,
So is a rough answer to that question. Now, is a two-part answer. One is you got to know how to speak somebody language. You get what I'm saying? If I'm not receptive to you sounding like you talking to me in a certain type of way, if you really invested in it, then you're gonna figure out another way to get your point across to me. You get what I'm saying? That could be helpful. But I'm gonna keep it a stack. We'll change for anybody if they the one that we want to change for. Feel me? If 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 I'm with somebody and they be like, yo, I don't like you going outside at 6 o'clock. if I want to change for them, I'm not gonna be outside at 6 o'clock.
Right.
And I'm not gonna feel like that's compromising.
So,
Oh wait, say that
so
again.
are you telling me, Ray, if the change isn't being done, you said a guy changed for the women that he wants. So if the change ain't being done,
He don't
that
really want
means,
you.
ladies, you are not the one.
The one.
That's
Oh,
You might not
Look,
be.
look,
You
look.
might
Wait a
not
minute,
be.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
But
minute, wait a
don't,
minute,
you know,
wait a minute,
ladies, don't blame
wait
him
a minute,
now.
wait a minute. So I'm
So
gonna inject
listen,
this though.
let me try to save myself a little bit with the fellas that's watching. Y'all know y'all know y'all boys. You feel me? And y'all know that it done been this one girl that they messed with that all of a sudden you ain't see them niggas no more. Feel me? All of a sudden you start seeing them posting pictures of trips and shit with a significant other when you know this nigga wasn't like this in the 2000s. You feel me?
I gotta play devil's advocate in a minute.
All
Nate,
right,
you a
Nate.
smart dude.
I gotta play
I've been
devil
hearing you
advocate in
talk
a
all
minute,
the
man.
time.
Nate, listen, pay
Talk, Nate.
attention.
The only person that's gonna change you really, I mean, they can help you get to that level, but the only person that's gonna help change you is you. If you don't want to change, you're not gonna change. Even like he said, with like going out, being out to 6 o'clock in the morning, ain't no girl really gonna be like, well, how many girls have been like, yo, if you go through this door, you don't come back, you can't come live here no more. And that nigga still left. Cause he know he could come back.
Ian came
So
back.
and came back and made cereal and food was waiting in the kitchen. He
Got a
ain't
whole
gonna
plate in the
change. You
microwave.
if you don't change yourself, like you're not gonna change. And I can tell you, like, what changed me is my child. Like, if I didn't have kids, God knows what I'd be doing. But my kids changed me. Like, after a while, you realize you can't be spending all your money on Jordans and 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 hoodies and everything else. You gotta save that money because you got kids. And
Right.
if you don't, like, you gonna be in trouble. Like he said, his traumatic experiences living with his parents and stuff, his mother or whatever. Like, you realize things cost, and you don't want to be in that position again. Like, I live with my father and my mother, but my mother was rough. Like, me and her was struggling on Townie Street, and then she had another baby. And I was at my age, I was like 9, and I was looking at this like, I don't know what this baby was just born into, but we go rock.
and
We
that's
go
crazy.
rock.
Like that from 9 years old.
Yo, young man, young.
So you was
Like,
aware. You was aware of what's happening.
So
I
so
I was
so
crazy aware. Yeah,
so Nate, I can't I'm not disagreeing with you, but part of like that's why part of what I said is that I'll be in the house at 6 o'clock and I won't feel like I'm compromising. You get what I'm saying? I
yeah,
won't feel like
a
it's her
comp.
telling me to do it. I feel like
I'm
You
doing
I'm
it.
want to
going
be there,
along with the happy wife,
That's
happy
right,
life, and
Lil
we
Ray.
good with that.
but is that to make you happy or to make her happy, or you feel happy making that decision?
Now, see, that's it. If it's all of that, then you in a positive relationship.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because I think you feel good when you do the right thing. Whether somebody asking you to do it,
Yup.
once you agree to it, you feel it's not forced. Like you
It's
feel
not
good.
forced.
Yes.
You
The
don't
feeling has
feel
to be
it. It
forced.
becomes it becomes
The
normal because
habit
that's
has to
what
be
you
forced.
want.
The feeling is good
It
though.
becomes normal because that's what you want. If it's not what you want though, you go feel some type of way. So
You
now
gonna feel type of way towards
you
that
home at
person
6 o'clock, and you sitting up here, and
with an
y'all, like you
attitude.
said, is negativity in the house because you don't really want to be there, and
Yup.
she happy you there.
But you
So
know
now
what? If she's the one, you'll get over that. You'll get
if
over.
she
It
Exactly.
won't be that if
It
she's the
won't be
one.
that because you'll get in the house, y'all chilling, and it'll be good energy going on.
now
Yeah.
Not
listen
just
now
because you
listen
you
listen
know
listen.
what I mean?
Now if you leveled up a little bit mentally, and now you just like you tired of being outside, you like, man, these streets ain't for me. Such and such got shot. I'd rather be in the house than doing this. I'd rather be in the house than in the club. And now you home at 6 o'clock and she see you there. That's you mentally changing because you know there's nothing out there for you.
But that's you doing it for yourself. How
That's
about
for
doing it for the
yourself.
Exactly. You doing it, but that's what
what Ray
basically
was
she's
saying?
saying though. She's saying when she say you should be in the house, she don't want you out there and all that. She
No, it's
wants you
a
home with
difference.
her.
It's a difference when your lady
But it could be
asking you to
both.
come in, as opposed to you just not wanting to get shot. It's a difference.
There's a difference.
I get what you're saying,
Come
Nate.
from
I'm just saying,
experiences, definitely.
most
I
of the
get what
time, that's
Nate
the
is
reason
saying.
most
Yeah.
women want you in the house with them and don't want you out in the bullshit because they know when you leave the door, especially if they know who you are, you out there in some bullshit.
It's I'm gonna tell you what's the difference, Nate. Like us as women, it feels good to us when we say, you've been hanging out so much, you've been out lately, real late all the time. Like, could you try coming in the house like Friday instead of being out till 1, 2 in the morning? Come in the house like 8, 9 o'clock. Let's order some pizza and wings and Netflix and chill. That feels so much better than you coming in the house at 8 o'clock and said, man, these niggas just got shot up on Garden Street. I'm in the house tonight.
Yeah, like that's the only reason you in the house.
But see, people,
Completely different.
it is a difference. But people,
but
It's a difference.
would you look at him like, oh, he growing up, or would you look at him like, oh, that's
Nah,
fucked
you
up?
just don't want to get
No,
shot
I'ma
on a
just-
Friday night.
That's a wonderful
Nigga.
perspective right there, Kia.
Fact.
That's true.
Like
That's
the
true.
shootout messed up my night, so now I gotta come in the house and spend time.
Right.
with
Nah, but it's not
Right.
like that. It's
But
not.
Because you don't want to
Nate,
get
at the
shot.
same
And want us to
time,
feel good about it.
Like I said, your mindset. There has to be your
No.
mindset on that.
but at the same
Look.
time, Nate, we want you in the house for both reasons. We don't want you out there getting in trouble, but we
Yeah.
do want you to come in sometimes when we ask. It's just, and that's what's doing what's right. Now, if you come in the house when your lady say, come in 9, 10 o'clock tonight, and you just do it regardless if somebody got shot or not, kudos to you, Nate. You're going to have a great evening.
But listen, Nate, she's saying the same exact thing that you're saying. That is
She
about
is.
you
Exactly.
making that
She's saying the
choice.
same thing.
It's about you making that choice.
It's a choice.
And
See?
when the choice is comfortable for you as a man, that is it work out a lot better. And when a woman sees that you made that choice,
She happy.
exactly.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Let's keep it going to have a good night tonight, man.
I'm just saying.
We helping the
Hey,
couples have
Kai.
a good night
Hey,
tonight.
what up?
Hold on, I'm just wondering because I'm getting so confused. Like my hat seems like it's getting tight. I'm in my 40s. Who man staying out until 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning? And I'm
Oh,
in my
they still
40s. Am I
exist.
dating somebody in my 20s? Is he
Girl, you'd be
20?
surprised.
They
Why
still
am I
exist.
dating a child?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, these. I'm sorry for you guys to have to deal with that. I'm so sorry. Because I live in a state where it's okay to carry. Because clearly at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's an intruder coming in my house, so I should shoot you. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying.
Because I'm
Yeah, Kai
adult.
crazy.
I'm in my 40s.
Crazy.
I'm about to be 42 this year. Who's coming in the house? Are you coming from work? Because you can't possibly still be on the block and dating me.
Hey, they still
In my
exist,
40s.
Kai. They out here.
But see,
Yo,
you want
I
to
hate to say it, but
you
they
want to be
still out
picking
there.
somebody that's on the block.
But
You
when
wanna
you
pick
say on the
somebody
block,
that's
what do you mean by that?
independent.
Because are you mean just out selling drugs, or it could be somebody that like to chill with their friends every weekend and be out getting drunk with them, chilling at day? Like, what do you mean when you say on the block?
Both, I feel like she mean, but go ahead, Kai.
I'm in the studio. I'll be home at
Hold
2.
up. Yeah. Right. Like, I mean, because I'm in my 40s, I'm looking at it different. Because when I was in my 20s, I dealt with dumb stuff like that. In my 40s, I don't have the energy for you coming in my house at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not like, okay, we all, the girls went out, the fellas went out, we're going to link later, and we in the house at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, but we talking an every week thing. And then I got to ask you, like, I have a problem with asking you to spend time with me. I'm asking you to make time for the person you're laying with.
It should be something that you want to do.
Again, if you don't want to spend time with me without me asking you, hey, maybe not go to the club this entire week and maybe come spend some time with me, boy. The relationship will be done with me. I want you to want to spend time with me like I want to spend time with you. I'm gonna make time for you. You're a priority. I don't want to be the option because they was just shooting down the street and Earl and Tony got shot. They on their way to BCU, and now you want to come in the house? No. I then became a option when I should be your priority.
Which is what
So,
Lorraine was
yeah.
saying. That's what Lorraine was saying
Why are
before.
you
We were
coming in
saying
my house
about
at 2, 3, or 4?
Not necessarily what I'm saying, because
Yeah, I was
Keep it a
about to
stack.
say.
We got a lot
Keep it
of
a stack.
comments, so after Lorraine say what he's gonna say to Kyla's response, I'm gonna read some of the comments because y'all know I love my viewers.
No, I'm saying about making your woman and about making it a priority instead of just.
You're going outside the
Nah, I ain't use the word priority.
You
I
did.
ain't never
He
say
did.
priority.
He
I ain't
did.
never say that. I'm stating what it is,
Yeah.
and like real talk, this society created like drug dealing as a job. Let's keep it a stack. And if
Yeah.
you dealing with a drug dealer, they shift might be third shift.
Very
I can't
true.
speak for if when I was working at UPS, I couldn't be at nobody's house between motherfucking 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Wait. Take the plug.
So for the trappers out there that's doing it right for what it is. I'm not condoning selling drugs. Like I said, this society set that up as a viable way to make
Source of income.
It's illegal, but is we know what it is.
After they took all the jobs, they was like, huh, sell this.
Yeah, exactly. Snowfall came on yesterday. People know what it
Yeah.
is. But if you're dealing with somebody that's their profession, as a woman in a relationship with somebody that you know that's their profession, I think it behooves you to make sure that they clocking in and clocking out at a certain time. You shouldn't be going to the club every night. That's counterproductive. You get what I'm saying? So I agree with you with that. But if they shift is third shift, just like if my shift is third shift at UPS or at a group home or wherever the hell I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
these is the hours that I'm at work, and these is the hours you can expect me to be at work. And priority wise, shit, you should be doing that to be paying some damn bills, not to buy Jordans and shit. You get what I'm
You
saying?
working, yeah.
We don't.
I'm, we, I'm gonna put the disclaimer, Teezy. We not supporting selling drugs as a profession,
No, we are not supporting that on the Talk with Teezy, okay?
but we talking to our people though. You know.
Right. No, it's always big. Oh, I know that. Kyla, because I know you want to respond, but let me read some of these comments because we got a lot. And I'm going to go a little bit quick because some of these are from a little earlier. Tiffany said people have to want to change. Both parties have to have an open heart and give a little. Monica Mocha, she said, blood clot web, school him. Ebony said, definitely true, Lorraine. I'm a witness. She said, boom, Nakia. My mom said, you can lead. I can lead you to the water.
But I can't make you drink it. Facts.
Ebony said, also true, Nate. Tiffany says, some people swear that they have so much time on their hands to be immature until it's too late. And it's always the ones who ride from them that get treated like they are last. Got a point,
Yep,
Tiffany.
that is
That's
dead
true.
true.
She said,
That's
love
true.
does not hesitate or
Or
procrastinate.
procrastinate.
I like that, Tiffany. They were laughing at us. My mom said happy is temporary. Ma, what do you mean by that? Elaborate, Pastor Tracy. Ebony said,
Yo, Pastor be keeping it real.
yep.
That sounds so sad.
Yep. Where you think I get it from, yo? Ebony said, a lot of times when these men have mommy issues, they don't want to feel like any
A
woman
woman is telling them what to
telling
do.
them what to do. They don't want to feel like that woman is telling them what to do when they have issues like that. She said, amen, Kai. Tiffany said the street stuff is played out. Ebony said, who are these grown men who stay out all night with other men? Are you serious, Ebony? Ebony.
Ebony, they out there, Ebony.
Oh, girl. So Tank said we need to start normalizing being
home with your
home
family.
with our family.
Hello.
I like
Most
that.
women don't do that. So they make it okay to stay in the house.
Wait, then it says just don't put yourself in a position that can land you in jail, cheating or dying, because that means that you chose yourself first.
Facts. She's
There
right.
you go.
So those are the comments that people were saying from listening to us. Okay, go ahead. Kyla, what you said?
She
She
can't
said,
believe that though. People hanging out that
Kyla,
I
keep
can't
it a
even
stack,
get on
Kyla.
She
this
was like, who the fuck is out at
I
40?
What
am
you
in
can't
my
get together?
40s now. Because I'm in my
So
40s
so
now.
Kyla, take
The
it back
40
to
year
when
old
you was in
me,
your 20s.
when I
When
was
you
in my
was
20s, I'm so
21, when you was
listen,
21,
I'm trying to school these people to get out of the dumb 20s and to really see that all that trapping, it ain't what it is. Because you're one when you go to jail, your dumb behind gonna be right there, accepting his cause. You're gonna go to every visit smelling good, looking good. You're gonna send him money, so you're gonna be working twice as hard to make sure he's good for him to come home and do the same stupid things that put him in a position to be away from his family again and you. Or you gonna do this bid and he gonna come and ruin your relationship because he gonna be in the streets and you gonna be like, damn, I did all this time with you for nothing. I'm just saying, in my 40s, my tolerance is very short. What I'm okay with for a couple months, I'm not gonna be okay with come a year later. And I'm gonna switch up on you real quick. I like you until I don't. I tolerate what you do until I don't. And my attention span is real brief because I work a lot and time is not my friend. It's none of our friends.
So what if your
When
man
you
said
really
to
sit
you,
down,
Kyla, y'all both work, y'all both bringing in good money, but you're just a workaholic?
mm-hmm.
What if your man says to you, Kyla, I feel like you need to like dumb down some of your shifts. I feel like we got enough money. We're doing everything we need to. We got money saved up, and as much as you like to work and you put it first, if your man brought that to you, how would you deal with that? Would you say, you know what, honey,
I'm gonna
maybe
sit
you know?
behind down because he did what he needed to do and I did what I needed to do. When I have enough money, meaning I can cover my
never enough.
entire life for a couple years.
We know that.
But I'm saying if I can cover my rent, my bills with my mortgage, whatever I got going on in my life and sustain it for a year or two, then sure I can cut down on some of my shit. Until then, I gotta work because I gotta get the bag. I'm not in the street, but I am gonna prioritize family time. Anybody that knows me knows I'm huge on family. So of course I'm gonna make time for my family. I'm gonna make time for my man, and you're going to feel loved all the time, whether I'm at work or not. You're not going to miss me that much because I'm at work.
Okay.
You're gonna know what it is. But me being in the street and choosing to be in the street away from my family, not at work, not actual job, that they take taxes out and all that type of stuff. But I'm at the studio with the girls and I'm shooting dice and I'm writing lyrics all night. No, I'm not gonna flip a pack and come home with $25 and I've been gone for 12 hours.
Mhm.
That's just not okay with me. It doesn't stuff like that doesn't make sense to me in my 40s. That made sense to me in my 20s. That's why I'm saying you gotta really look at things. My one of my daughter's best friends, her baby father was in the street and died. He's never coming home again. Never. And she's young. My oldest daughter's 23. She's 23, 23-year-old young woman. And now she's got to raise a baby by herself because of a choice that he made. No, he didn't choose to go outside and die, but it happened. Could he
And
have made a better choice? He probably could have.
and now her child, like
Could
you
have been
said,
not in the
could end up dealing with certain
He's
traumas
never gonna know his father.
into adulthood. Yeah, he won't know his father, so now he might end up dealing with traumas into the adulthood. And I kind of wanted to go off of
She's traumatized.
she is, so she might end up traumatizing him and not realize it, because sometimes that's how it gets passed.
Like, is she gonna smother him? Could she possibly want to smother him now and never let him have any kind of freedom? Because
She
she feel
could
like
she
he
could
might
smother
go
him.
out
She could end up
or
spoiling him.
right.
And as he get older, he expected women to spoil him now. And now,
Right.
if they don't, he getting an attitude with them and he getting angry with them, and that's a whole other type of childhood trauma from not necessarily negativity, but what somebody perceived as a positivity.
How do I deal with my son being spoiled? Because I spoiled the shit out of his
Why you do that?
fuck.
Yo, you gotta
It's a reaction, man. It's a reaction.
My childhood trauma.
Because look at how Lorraine grew up.
Yeah.
My mother spoil you me, I spoil you him.
No,
You
fact.
feel
That's
like
what I
he's
was
spoiled, or
saying.
you like
Sometimes
he acts
what
spoiled?
happens as a child could be good things though. Like my mom spoiled me and Kendall too. So when I grew up and became a mom, I just knew what I saw. You know what I'm saying? And when I was around, a strong woman who hold it down and raise the kids.
Like
That's
people might, for example, food like a eating disorder might develop because you pacified the child from bothering you with food. Now they get older and they like eating, or they you know what I mean, and then that develops into fat shaming, and that develops into a whole nother, you know what I mean, like people don't realize how stuff passes and how it goes through, not necessarily a filter, but how it what's the word I'm looking for, I don't want to say mutate because that sounds weird, but how it changes, but it's the same
Your
energy,
perception on things. Yeah.
it shows up differently.
Yep.
It shows up differently. So then you might not realize where it stemmed from. You're like, well, this is just what I knew, until you go back and realize, oh shit, this came from here.
I
Right.
think that's where therapy come in.
That's where therapy comes in. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I
What
think
was
like too when y'all were talking about the positive, I feel like that I talked about this before on the show, but like that's like I feel like me, I used to get bullied when I was younger. And I feel like now me being the advocacy type of person that I am, I feel like a lot of that stems from my childhood of being bullied and now being over that, but using that childhood trauma for positive to advocate for those that can't. And I think that's a positive thing of something I went through in my childhood trauma, but I turned it into a positive. It was negative, but I turned it into a positive. So I do believe that there's definitely positive things, or even you could have been through something negative and in your adulthood, you can turn that into a positive. Now, what I will say I'm probably still working on is the defense part. Because sometimes I still be like on defense mode, and then I gotta tell myself like, chill out, Teezy. Like they probably wasn't even saying it like that,
It's
but
not that
that's
serious.
just from what I went through as a youngin', and especially being like I was saying, like the fat shaming and stuff like that. Like when you young how it is, and you're bigger than your friends or people in school and stuff like that. So I had to deal with all of that. So that put me on defense. Of course, now that I'm older, and like Lorraine was saying, when you really got to be in tune with yourself, accept who you are, and love who you are and stuff like that. Once you really get into that, then you can say, okay, this is who I am, and it is what it is. But I feel like a lot of that childhood trauma did play a part into, again, me advocating now for people and myself, as well as turning my childhood trauma from the being overweight or whatever plus size and being into my adulthood, and now learning how to deal with it, learning how to have the confidence. People all the time ask me like, how do you have that much confidence? Or it's like, am I not supposed to have that confidence because I'm plus size? Like I've been through a lot of things. That's how I have this confidence. And it's not cockiness. It's not to think like I'm better than somebody. You know how long it took me to develop the confidence that I have today. So I don't know.
But
I feel like it's a lot of different childhood
like
traumas.
today's topic was healing the child within. I think you've been so vocal on
You
the
healed
good
it.
and the
Yeah.
bad.
On your good.
That's what healed you. That's why you got that confidence. That's
Yes.
why you are
Yes.
the way you are now, because you talked about it, whether it was to a
Mhm.
therapist, whether it was to a friend, family member, whoever.
Mm.
You are very vocal on the good and the bad. The average person is not. The average person will sit there with their lip shut and won't say nothing.
Thank you, kid.
And then they
You're
grow
right.
up to be weirdos because they just got so much stuff going on inside. But you and they're not healed. You
But listen, we the weirdos though, Kia. We the
who?
weirdos. We
Because we don't
all
talk about it.
weirdos. You
Yeah,
get what
'cause
I'm saying? We
No, I
all
think if I had something to talk about, I think I would be vocal.
Like people don't realize, like you're saying, it's important to be. Oh, that's why I say talk about being honest, not just with people, but with yourself about what things are.
Yep.
That's how you get to heal.
Yep.
when you're honest with yourself about things.
When you look
admit
at the
Talk
ugly
about it.
parts of yourself.
And then
Stop
as you talk
bluffing.
about it, you see people who experience the same things, then you realize I'm not alone. So that'd be the reason why a lot of people don't want to talk about things in the first place. They feel alone in it.
Mhm.
They be bluffing.
But
A lot of people
that's
too
where that power come. Like I
are
was
scared to face reality.
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying last week, like Antoine Fisher's story. That shit is a powerful story. And it put a
I
lot
need to
of men
rewatch that
that
movie,
dealt
yo.
with that shit in a position where, oh, I could talk about it because yeah, that you saw Antoine Fisher, you know that
Right.
shit. You know that story. So my story won't be so foreign. You get what I'm saying? Like being open is is not something that's taught, especially for us as men. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? And especially as us as a community, we all got family secrets and shit that
Right.
get pushed under the rug in the family and shit that the family know. You get shit that motherfucker could have went to jail for that the family know.
Right.
Mhm.
The whole family.
But like you said,
Exactly.
Ray, if you ain't bold enough to get on a live like what we're doing and put it out there, go to therapy. Just
Yo.
go release it. Go talk to some, you know how people release balloons? Go to therapy and release whatever it is on the inside that needs to come out.
Right.
A good
Go talk.
therapist. Yes, a
But
therapist.
I don't
So
know,
yeah,
our
not all
people
therapy be good.
we so like pushback for therapists. Like I hear all the time in the hood, like, man, I ain't going to I ain't paying for no damn therapist, man.
Because
I'm going to sit here and talk to
That's
this.
what
Like
they
it's
be like.
always
That's for
they
white
always
people.
have a reason
they do
why.
that for white people, or they don't
Because
want to feel crazy.
that's the ignorance of not knowing. That's
Right.
what that is. That's the ignorance of not knowing. It does not make you crazy to go see a therapist. It doesn't mean you bugged
Not at
out.
all.
None of that.
And
It
you
just
know what's
means
a positive thing?
It
But
just
that's
means you.
what it
It
was.
just
That's
means
what
you're
it
ready
was
to
looked
deal
at
with
as.
the facts. It just means you're ready to deal with the fact of the matter.
The
Yep.
and one of the more positive things is that there's more black therapists out here now
Yep.
Word.
that can help you and support you from a level of understanding.
and half of the time, Ray, them therapists, like you said, them black ones, because it's a lot of them. And
They've been through it.
if you Google black therapists, like near me, it's people I done seen in the club that I didn't even know was
The
Yep.
therapist.
therapists.
I saw
That
my therapist in the club.
That's the only
Word.
scary part to
That's
me.
crazy.
But go
Bought her
ahead.
a drink.
but a lot of people
Bought her
we
a
a
drink
lot
for
of a
one.
lot
You
of
bought her a
us
drink.
right. A lot of us we run from because a lot of us don't like to hear the truth neither. They don't. And once we overcome that, like I love to be put in my place. Like, please tell me when I'm wrong, because sometimes I may not know it. So if I'm out of order, like check me. Like
You know,
please.
I think this topic is so important because it's
Very.
like the basis, like, it's a million adults walking around with childhood trauma.
Yes.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But we interact with the present version that we see, and we judge the present version that we see. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I
Yeah.
think being more introspective and having it's hard to like. Not all of us recognize that. Oh shit, that made me act like this.
Yep.
That happened when I was 9 years old. That made me act like
Mm-hmm.
this as a 39-year-old.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like that connection is something that's starting to evolve in our community, and I think putting us in a position to where we are effective adults in every interaction, it start with recognizing like the the, the shit that I went through made me who I am.
Yeah.
Good and bad. You were saying some good aspects of trauma, like my first lesson at being a father was like be around because mine wasn't around. If he taught me anything, it was like be around.
Be around.
That was my first lesson in being a parent. Be
Because you
around.
know what? They as much they don't promote this a lot in the media and stuff. I wanted to make another point too, but I was watching a YouTube video the other day, and it was a lady who's a lawyer. She's like, what she learned from representing men.
It's some static.
I don't know. She was saying
But
that what she learned from representing men in the court system, as far as kids go, And it's like, yo, fathers have a connection to their kids just as much as mothers have a connection to the
Of
kids.
course.
And they don't like to promote that or mention that. We talk a lot about how women have a connection to the kid, or how women but fathers have a connection to their kids too. And when they're out of the picture, you miss a vital part of the human experience with a figure that you're connected to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know why too? Because in court, that ain't what they see. They see dysfunction in court.
They see a whole lot of dysfunction.
They see
But
dysfunction. Because my son had his case. I know I was posting about it on Facebook last year. My son had caught this case at school. And when me and his father, we're not together, but when I mean we like this, we like this. And when we went to court, they thought father was the father, but one of the clerks at the court, she asked me, was I my son's girlfriend? I'm like, no, I'm the mom, and that's the dad. She was looking at me like she had saw a ghost, and I'm like, you ain't never seen a mom and a dad in here with their child? Like, this is
that's weird.
Shout out Kiki, man. I learned a lot about being a co-parent from him.
Me and Kiki got it together. We didn't always have it together. Shouts out to Kiki. If you watching this, you probably at work. But we ain't always had it together. But when it comes to our son, regardless of different lives we live, we gotta get it together for the sake of our son. And when it was time to go to court, we was in there looking like black mafia. It was like, listen, this is what we do. Now, did they know that we was in two different households? No, they ain't have to know that. But when we stepped foot in there, we was together. And the lady was like, yeah, I wanted to say, yeah, we do this too. We can. But they don't see that in court. They see dysfunction in court.
They don't see a lot of things. They don't see a lot. The system is geared against fathers. It really is. And they don't like to admit that it is. It really is.
Oh, honey. I done seen some things in court. It's awful.
Is the system is designed to keep families unstable.
Go ahead, Nate.
Feel me?
It ain't just families apart.
The system know that in order to be effective at destabilizing the family, we gonna make it seem like it's geared to support one side than the other. That's that divide and conquer shit.
Exactly.
I agree with you on that. On that note, let me read some comments, then Web, you could go.
I have to see.
Ebony said, in my teens, 20s, 30s, and now 40s, I can't relate. We're not the same. I've never in life dealt with a stay out, hang out late type of man. No ma'am, no him, no Sam. So she's agreeing with you. My mother talked about happiness. So she said, happiness depends on what's happening at the time. If we good, then I'm happy. If things are bad, then I'm not happy. I got joy rather. She said, I got joy rather whether you are there or not. I agree with Kai a little. She learned some things, but remember, you had time to make mistakes and learn from them. There are many who are still making mistakes and have not learned yet.
That's what I was gonna say.
Of course.
20s and 30s is like experimental times.
It was very experimental, and I wish that I had more people with guidance.
For Web on the spoiling. Tiffany says sometimes we have to fall hard or experience things that had to push us in the right direction. The choice is ours. Rondell said exactly. Confidence comes from healing, and Rondell said facts. Web. I think they're trying to come on. Go ahead. You gonna say what you had to say, Web. Let me add on these people.
No, I was saying that I don't remember the numbers exactly that the woman was speaking of. I listen to videos and I should jot down notes when I come on the show so I know, you know what I mean? So I have a better angle at what I'm saying. But it is the key. Kai is right. The system is kind of geared towards keeping our family apart mostly. But as far as when it comes to like divorce and men, there's a big push in the direction for women.
I see a shift in that now because I see a lot of single
because women
father.
ran it up. Women ran it up. They
They
took the
ran it up.
ball and they ran with it. They said, okay,
Listen,
let's get
man.
better with this. Let's get better with that.
But
And that's why I always say, men.
in co-parenting is
What
the best thing a
women
kid
ran
can
it
have.
up?
Huh?
When did women run it up? Because they still trying to
They
fight
started
for
getting
the same
more.
pay that
I mean,
we
they
get.
still fighting. Don't get us wrong, but they start taking education more serious. It's like more women graduate than men. Period.
That's
It's
Period.
all
more
by
small
design.
business women, all of that.
As far as college businesses, women have took that ball and ran with it.
They
Like
have.
men,
But
It's
but
men.
design.
but I
Meanwhile,
think
us men, we chasing being rappers and stupid stuff. While women took the initial, I want to say, little payout from the government, the little help that they did offer, and they did the damn thing. They went to school. They became nurses, cooks, small
let me talk
businesses.
from some experience. Let me talk from some experience, Nate. Right? I know it's some mothers on here. There's some single mothers, and there's some mothers that's watching. I know it was times where y'all was able to get what was that shit that they gave mothers for daycare and stuff?
The
Care for
site, the little
kids.
Oh, I
care
never
for,
got that. I
Care for
wanted, I
Care for
wanted,
kids.
I
kids.
wanted
Care
the
for kids.
kid check. I ain't never get it.
Never got no care for kids. I applied for the shit,
oh
and
no, they ain't gonna give it to
I wasn't
you.
making enough money to get denied from that shit.
You ain't getting that. That ain't for you.
But I was a single parent though. You get what
Nah.
I'm saying? The
Even
system,
now,
the system is designed for me to look at that situation and be like, women get the upper hand, and not recognize that the system pick and choose who they want to get the upper hand in order to affect a certain type of thinking in the
That's
people.
look,
true.
even now, right, as a small business owner, when you go to apply for grants, there's a question that asks, are you a minority woman? It don't say man, it says, are you a minority or are
Yeah.
you a minority woman?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey Ray, can a man get Section 8?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you
Yeah.
know how long I've been on
They're
the
Yeah.
gonna be on
list
the
here?
waiting list for years.
You're gonna be on the waiting list
I'm
forever.
paying. I'm paying
Forever.
for. I ain't even about to speak about my personal shit because this conversation to turn different. But at the same time, I like I said, I'm speaking from experience. The system is designed. What you saying is right, Webb. The system is designed to benefit women in a certain type of way,
Hmm.
and to benefit men in a certain type of way, and more particular, white men. You get what I'm saying? Black
Yeah.
men in
Yes.
the system interact with us in a certain type of way. The system interact with black women in a certain type of way. But
True.
it's
Black
all
men, no.
designed to have us on this shit arguing like women get better treatment. No, men get better treatment. It's all
And
designed
it's all
to
designed for
divide
that.
and conquer.
For the dysfunction, like you
That's what
said.
it is.
It's
It's
all
divide
designed
and
for
conquer.
dysfunction.
Yep.
If I was the type of man that was like if I decide to have sex with this woman unprotected, a kid could pop out of this shit. And if so happen the kid pop out of this shit, I'm gonna pay half of the shit for this kid. If I did that, it wouldn't be no need for the system to interact the way that it do.
Facts, Lorray.
Feel me? So we have to put ourselves in a position to maintain.
Think.
And Kia is a great example of it. You don't have to be with the person that you had a kid with to have a
A
Not
positive
healthy cope.
relationship
Yep.
that benefit the kid. That's what it's all about.
It's all about facts.
Right. You actually do more damage when you stay for the kid. When you're not happy, because now that kid see
You could
dysfunction, they
tell.
see unhappiness. Like my son ain't suffer from
Childhood
nothing
trauma.
because me and his father wasn't together. You know, we made it work for the sake of him.
I don't
Oh, he's
know.
saying that it creates childhood traumas. It
Huh?
do. No,
What
the
happened?
Ray was saying that kind of thing. Staying, what you saying? Staying does more damage,
Staying does more
okay.
damage,
So
especially
as
look,
when
well
it's
look.
as
not a
coming in
happy
and out of your
situation.
kid's life does more
Okay.
damage.
Let's
And
look
now
at
it's a
like
bunch
the
of adults that think that they need to stay, even though they shouldn't stay.
Yep.
Feel
That's
me?
a lot. A lot of that goes on.
A lot.
It is.
Okay, so from experience, I can tell you this from experience because I grew up seeing my dad, I think, 3 times in my whole life, and then he died when I was 16. So when I got with my older 2 daughters' father, and we had my firstborn child, I'm like, I really wasn't that happy, but okay, we're together and we're gonna raise this baby because I don't want her to grow up without her father. We had a horrible relationship. It was horrible. It was literally trauma after trauma after trauma. But because in my head, if I didn't stay with him, my kid's gonna grow up without her father. Of course, they grew up without their biological father, but our relationship was horrible, and I stayed because of the trauma that I suffered as a kid. And I stayed in this horrific relationship where we fought and disrespected each other on a regular basis.
Yeah.
On a regular basis, all we did is fight. There was, and at the time that we had the second baby, there wasn't no love in that relationship. We weren't happy. So in turn, I have these 2 daughters now, and I still kept the door open so you can be a part of their life. We don't have to be together. I don't even care who you with. There was a point in time when I would drop the girls off to him and his girlfriend, and I was perfectly fine and with no problem. Not, oh, I gotta whoop her ass. No, 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 no. Here's their bag. Mwah. Mommy loves you guys. Goodbye. And I did that for my daughters. But what I see now in my oldest daughter, because of the traumas she's seen in the relationship and the type of men that I dealt with, because I never dealt with nothing that happened to me as a kid. Therapy, what's that? I didn't deal with nothing, and there was a lot of trauma in my life. And then now I got these girls, and I gotta try to raise them as best as I can. It wasn't until I had my son and I wasn't with his father, his psychopathic father no more, that I actually went to therapy. And I tried to fix the wrongs, but those wrongs was already there. So I watch how leery my daughters are in relationships. I watch how they treat men with an arm's length. I see it. It's horrible. And I hate that they had to suffer that, but all I can say to them is we're gonna talk and we're gonna work this out, or you're gonna have to go to some kind of therapy. Because I had to go to therapy. And I still, over the years, I still struggled with things, because even in therapy, I only dealt with the abusive relationships that I was in. I only dealt with the abandonment issues that I had because of not having a father in my life. I didn't deal with molestation. I didn't deal with rape. I didn't deal with family secrets. Because you grew up in a black family, what happened in our house, stay in our house. No, I'm telling
Right.
everybody now. I'm telling everybody because that shit happened. It affected me. It
Mhm.
affected who I became as an adult. It affected how I raised my daughters. It affected how I raised my children, period. So I'm gonna talk about everything now. If y'all don't like it, y'all ain't gotta like me. I'm cool with being the black sheep, but I'm telling all y'all family secrets, everything. Because y'all was wrong.
Yo,
And y'all raised me off of survival and not off of love.
What's
I
And
agree.
I
that?
made a
Somebody
lot of
have a
messed
TV
up
on.
choices.
I
I made
think
a
in our
lot of
Ed,
community, a
horrible.
lot of the
your TV on?
times,
No, I don't got my TV on.
Ed, I think it's
I agree with a lot that you're saying, and I think in our community, a lot of
Ebony,
times that
wait,
I
is that your
know
TV that's on?
which one. Huh?
Is
turn your
that your
TV
TV
off.
that's on in the background?
No, that's not the TV. That's the people in Chili's. It's her fault.
Oh wow.
Anyways, can y'all hear me?
We can hear
I
you.
respect that. I
I don't
love
know. It's
that.
like mad staticky.
Go ahead.
No, I think in our community, a lot of times we gotta admit that sometimes the trauma is inflicted intentionally and unintentionally.
Yes.
Because although I didn't have a absent father, I had a dead father. So therefore, the trauma of having to lose my father at a young age caused a lot of things when I dealt with men, to the fact where I have a thing where I've dealt with a lot now, but you know, I don't like to get attached because you can't depend on people being here. So you know, it's a point of us as a community acknowledging the trauma that happens even when it's not intentional.
So see, that's like the opposite of what do they call it? Not attachment, codependency. You're a very independent person because of that.
It's what is
So it's like a
her
flip
experience
codependency. You know what I'm
that
saying?
caused that.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't necessarily make it healthy because
No, I
you could
know.
miss out on your blessings because you're trying to be distant. You know.
Right.
That's true. That's true. It's very, very true.
Makes you an introvert.
But I'm just comparing it to how codependency could also be a negative effect or something. You know what I mean? It's the same avenue, but different sides of the street. If that makes sense to
Yeah.
you.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
And it'd be like that with a lot of traumas and people don't realize. And that's how you're able to look at stuff from like I was saying earlier, how you look at stuff and think that it's a positive thing. Not saying your experience. I'm just saying in general how people can look at something and try to make it a positive thing when it's really a negative thing, and that affects them going forward because they're not. Really
like trying to normalize the fact that if you have a child's father that take care of the kid, you know, trying to normalize like, oh my God, he's taking care of the kid. You don't get no awards for that. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to take care of your kid. Just because it might be so-called normal
you
that
don't
people
get
don't
a star.
stop thinking that it's normal.
We were
It's
just
not
talking
normal.
about this.
What you say,
You're not getting a
Rondell?
star because you bought
I said
diapers.
you don't get no credit for what you're supposed to do. Come on, man.
Kia, we were
Hold
just
on,
talking about
though.
that. When
I'm
you
not
see
giving no
when you
extra
see
credit
a
because you're
man,
taking care of the kid that you made. I'm not
they
doing
get
it.
so much respect. When you see a man with their kid in the mall, in the stores, anywhere, oh
I'm
my
gonna refill. I'll be
God,
back.
he got his
Yeah.
son, he got
But
his
we don't.
daughter, oh
Well,
my
I
God.
don't expect
You
that.
see a
You know what
woman
I'm
No.
walk
saying? To
anywhere with
me,
their
that's
kids,
what I'm
be anywhere with
supposed to
their
do.
kids.
No.
And
You
whether or
don't get
not
that
it's
type of
recognized by
praise.
other
Let me
people,
ask y'all a
it doesn't
question.
matter to me.
But men know that they get glorified because they be
Yeah.
all on Facebook and Instagram and
Got
this and
my
that. Oh,
kid.
look, I got my kid. Like, come
Your
on.
kid ain't 13.
But can I
Taking care of
I
my
like it. It's
baby.
okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
can I ask y'all a question? Don't society promote the adverse? Don't society promote black men not being? Don't
Exactly.
society promote
Right,
us
That's
being
exactly
yeah.
what it
active
is.
fathers?
We broke that cycle. We break that cycle. We go
Yes,
against
I
that
know
grain.
that's where it
But
comes
so,
Yeah.
from.
but listen though, like mainstream, that's still a stereotype that
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
is. But
It
we
is.
gotta. We can't change nothing without action. We could talk about it all we want to, but if we don't show people different, they're not gonna see different.
Absolutely. And point what you saying see different. So
Yeah.
I think seeing different is seeing those pictures of black men spending time
Yeah.
with their kids. You get what I'm saying? Seeing pictures of black men uh girl
Yeah.
dads and shit like that. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Because I
Not
mean, I had that. That was my inner child was having to deal with stepdads. I never saw my mother with my father. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with my sister's dads, and them dudes was mad abusive. So when I got married, I had stepchildren, and I don't even like to use that term. I never call my kids stepkids. I raised 5 children, period. I only biologically made 2, but I raised 5 kids. Don't call my kids that. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't treated the way that I treat mine. You know, my stepdad always divided his kids from my mother's kids, i.e., me and my sisters that he didn't make. And there was always favoritism. You know, he didn't raise us all the same. And that takes a toll because it impacted on how I raise my kids now.
Right.
You know, because now it's like I can't take favoritism because that child doesn't have their father. You know,
Right.
but at the same time, I got to take into account that my kids, who I biologically made, are sharing their dad too. So I gotta travel that 2-way street, but make sure there's balance at the same time.
Right. So them
How do
babies
you
not
deal with the fact
fortunate.
that your kids have to share you with your stepkids? How do you deal with that when it comes to them?
I love
We
them
don't
all the
have step
same. We don't
kids.
have stepkids. Like I said,
That's
I don't
my
even refer to
husband.
them as
We don't
stepkids.
have
That's
step
No, that's
kids.
not what I said. I said, how do you deal? How? Well, let me give you a scenario. How would you deal with your kids if your kids brought it to your attention? Like, you know what, Dad? Sometimes I get tired of sharing you with such and such. How would you deal with that?
That's
I
a
would
good
tell
question.
them,
That's a good
I would
question.
tell them straight up, this is my job. You know what I'm saying? As a parent, as a father, this is what I have to do. And when I enter into a relationship with a woman who has children, I have to take those children as well. I can't just be on one side with mine and on another side with hers. That's not fair to none of y'all. That's not going to benefit none of us. If we're going to be a family, these are the things that have to be done. They're sharing their mother with you. Your mother not here right now.
And
So
that's
you gotta give them that same respect that they give you.
but you see how you be honest?
I
That's
like
how
that.
you teach your kids
Nah,
to grow older and be mature adults
yeah,
without problems. Not
yeah.
without no problems, but without that being a
Because I
problem.
mean, all of our kids, they look at each other as siblings. You never hear our children say, "Oh, that's my stepbrother," or "That's not really my brother," or "That's not really my dad," or "Not really my." No,
But you know what? Raising the kids that way, they're gonna grow up and have that same mentality, which is good because a lot of families that are blended, they don't know how to live like that because
right?
they weren't taught that way. But the way you guys are raising your kids, your blended family, like we are as one, we don't use the word
Yeah,
step.
we don't use that.
When they get in their own encounters, they may end up in blended families, but they're gonna know
They're gonna know how
exactly
to.
what to do and how to deal
Right?
with it the right
That's
way.
Exactly.
what I was just saying, kid. Facts.
And
Absolutely.
them babies is fortunate to have somebody with that type of
Facts.
Mentality.
mentality engaging with them. You get what I'm? They
Mhm.
fortunate.
The reason I ask because I don't think sometimes people take into consideration their
Mhm.
own biological kids'
Yeah.
feelings
No, I
and
know
make sure
exactly
they're
what you
validated
asking
and make
because I
sure they
had to
are
face that.
comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying, like, you
Nah,
know, in these situations, a lot of people might not take in their own biological
nah.
kids' feelings into consideration when it comes to them.
I get that 100% because that's what I had to face. That's why I changed it when I became that parent of a blended family because I didn't get that love from because see, the way I look at it, you was my stepdad because you didn't treat me like I was your
You treat
son.
me like I was your son.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't tell people I was your son. You told people I was either your girlfriend's son or your stepson. You didn't say, that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make Amir physically, but if anybody asked me, that's my
Your
son,
son.
G.
So
You respect them,
how do you
right?
think you would feel if you ever had to deal with the situation of your stepkid saying that's my mom's boyfriend or that's my mom's husband? How
They gonna be
would you
corrected.
confront them? Would you tell them
Yeah,
something in private? Like how do you think you would
yeah,
deal with it?
I would pull them aside and correct them on that because I'm there every day. I've been there for my children every day since we got together. I never stopped being their dad. So it's like, listen, you got to recognize me and give me that respect. If I'm doing that job for you every day, I deserve that. If you don't give me nothing else, I deserve that respect.
All right now,
And
Rondell.
They're
I
very
commend
big.
that. I commend that. I'm not trying to take that from you. I'm just trying to,
No,
explore the
we just
subject
rapping.
because a
We
lot of
just
the
rapping.
times people do not deal with these things when they get into relationships. You know, they
No,
don't deal with
they
the
don't.
pros and the cons and definitely don't care about the kids' feelings.
They don't. Because as long as
Yeah.
my stepdad was good with my mom, he could be so bothered with me. And I never liked that. I never liked him for that. I still don't
Right.
like that man to this day because it's like, yo, you never looked at me as your child, bro. Like, why should I respect you? Why should I even
You shouldn't.
acknowledge you?
You shouldn't.
And sometimes it could be the roles reversed where the children have problems with the adults. So
That is
Yeah,
like
separate.
my mom, I was raised in a house where it was my mom. I mean, she had her little boyfriends and stuff, but wasn't no man raising us. Wasn't no
right.
man telling me what to do. I had my brother father who raised me, which is like my stepdad. But still, it wasn't no man in our household. Like, so when my mom met my stepdad, who she's with now, me and my brother gave him hell. Because first of all,
Yeah.
my brother father was in his life. So my brother definitely felt like he didn't have to listen to him. I felt like I'm going to high school and my mother I ain't never have to listen to no man. And you trying to tell me what to do? So
Right.
my mom had it hard because she would be in the middle of me and my brother. Like my sister, she was more the
Hmm.
easygoing one with my stepfather. But me and my brother was like tug of war. It was like, who are you? Like, okay, you
Yeah.
to us. Like, I don't gotta respect
And
you
I'm
or
gonna
I
tell
don't
you
have to
where he
listen to
went
you.
wrong. He went wrong because he didn't put in the effort to earn y'all trust first.
Mm,
He
I mean,
just
he
stepped
wasn't.
in.
I don't
He
know.
just jumped in and
Maybe he
expected
was so into
to
my
have a
mom.
certain role, and you have to
I
get
mean,
them
now
kids to trust
I
you.
could agree. I could agree with Dell on that, but in turn, a lot of the times, I think we as a community have a problem with involving our kids in
Yeah,
our
I
relationships
was
and
going
things
to
that
say
we
that.
do.
I was
yeah,
going to say that when you
Oh,
had
I
mentioned
like that.
validation, it's important with your kids. It's important because us, especially in the black community, we like to do the thing because that's what we learn. Oh, kids stay in a kid place.
yeah.
A kid stay in a kid place. You kind of push them, not push them off or push them away, but you don't validate them.
Yeah,
And
At
validation
all.
is important. And
yeah.
validation is
You can't
important.
brush off the
Yeah, you
kids.
have to validate your
Yeah,
kids' feelings.
And
Yeah, that's the way.
you
I
can't
don't
tell a
think
kid to stay in
I
a
don't
kid's
think they
place and you
jumping
bring
on
in someone in
everyone.
their home where they live,
in
where
their
they
life,
dwell, and they're
in their
supposed to
life
be
period.
comfortable and they're supposed to feel
Right.
safe. And all of a sudden you bring somebody in and be like, "This is my man," and accept it. Like you can't
He
do that to
run
them.
shit now.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
that's what
what?
I
Validation
mean
is
by
But
that. You
important.
got to get
Is
them kids
important
to
in nipping
trust
in
you.
the bud.
Can I
Childhood.
Eating
ask
all the
you guys a
snacks and drinking
question?
all the damn Kool-Aid. Get out of here.
right, but we should clarify that our relationship was a very unique relationship.
Yeah,
Rondell was in my kids' life from when they first came out. That's my sneaky link. I wasn't supposed to marry him. That was the sneaky link. So he was
yeah.
always in my kid's life.
Oh my God.
So he wasn't like some new stranger. Would I have moved different? Would I have moved different if he was a brand new guy that I'm just, starting to meet and I'm just starting to date? Of course. But because we were in our kids' lives together, it made it a little bit easier. They already grew up knowing Karan was their brother because that was their godfather. So
Yeah.
it wasn't no weird. It was weird
I get
for
it.
maybe like a
I
year
got
or two.
So,
So it did make things kind of hard because
I still had to gain their trust though.
can I ask a question then, based off of that?
I still
go
had to
Yes,
ahead.
you
gain their
did.
trust.
what?
Because you came into their space. Their
Yeah,
mom is their
I had
space.
to. Yeah, I
Their
had to.
house is their
Right.
space.
Yeah,
You know,
So
their everyday being is their space. And now
yeah.
they gotta when you come into somebody's space, you gotta come in a ginger way that they don't feel offensive.
I
They
had to
don't
meet
feel
them
like you're trying to take
halfway.
over.
I had to meet them halfway. You know what I'm saying? In that aspect,
Yep.
you got to meet them kids halfway. If you're coming into their space, you got to meet them halfway. You can't just bogart their entire situation. It's my rules
Oh,
and what I say, and
they
that's
didn't
it.
like his
They didn't
rules.
like me at first,
They did
but it's
not
like
like
I'm here
his
to teach y'all.
rules.
I'm not here to just bully y'all or bogart y'all space. I'm a dad. This is what I do. So let me show
But
y'all.
it ain't about y'all personally though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, nah.
No, we found
I,
the journals when we moved. We found journals from when they were like when we first started dating, and they was like, "I can't stand mom's stupid bald head boyfriend. All he does is tell us what we can't do, and we want to go to the store, and he won't let us cross the street by ourselves." Like they was talking that
And it's
stuff
like I'm just trying to
in their
protect y'all.
journal.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
all right, go ahead. Lorraine
I'm
was trying to ask a
serious.
question, Kyla, to what y'all was saying. Go
well,
ahead, Lorraine.
I mean, it turned into it turned into kind of like a statement, but I think it kind of raised an important point, especially with the fact that we recognize the families are the way that they are. There's a lot of people that don't end up marrying the person that they have kids with. That's just the reality of the shit, you know.
Right.
But I think it's like to kind of be on topic. I think it's important that we recognize that 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 experience, um, how that adds to a kid's perception of relationships, how it adds to their perception of their parents, being a parent, and then like becoming an adult, seeing your parent, and this is something that I kind of struggle with myself because my son, he seen two other women in my life, three other women in my life after his mother. You get what he didn't get to experience his mom. All he had was other women that I brought into his life. You get what I'm saying? Because his mom passed away when he turned one.
Um.
So like me learning how to interact with women, me learning how to be um a good man in a relationship. He saw all of that. He didn't see it
Right.
verbatim, but he seen the trials and tribulations. He seen the good and the bad. He seen relationships happen. He seen relationships fail. You get what I'm saying? And as a parent, once I started to become more introspective and like try to be more conscious of how this shit looked to him, I started to feel bad. Like even with my like not my present relationship, but my last relationship, when that ended, I felt terrible about how that would look to him. You get what I'm saying? How it would look that dad fell in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Um, but luckily I got the kid that I got, and he dope as shit. He put me in the space to like even grow from that experience. He helped me to learn that he had an understanding of the fact that everything don't work out. Um, but if you able to speak your piece and you ain't do nothing wrong, I guess, then you got some legs to stand on. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's important that the fact that we recognize uh, we learning how to be in relationships ourselves, but that ain't stopping us from having kids. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So along our journey of learning, we got to be conscious of the shit that they learning at at the same time.
Right.
Not just what we telling them, but the
What they
things that
seeing.
add to the men and women that they become. You
Right.
get what I'm saying?
So wait, so speaking of kids, before we move forward, y'all, I'm gonna have to log off because I gotta make my son something to eat real quick. That's here, and I gotta drop
Yo, Bubba.
off up to UConn. So
Kia, Bubba said, "I'm chicken sandwich over
yo,
that."
he keep coming to the doorway. Y'all can't see him, but he keep
They
coming to the
standing
doorway
right
like
behind the camera right now.
he like this.
That's why I had to get up. Nyla was like, "Mom, you know, like if the food is made, I'd have prepared it ahead of time."
I tried to get him some McDonald's before we went on, but didn't work.
Done.
So I'm gonna log off. It was good talking with y'all tonight. Till next Thursday, same time, same place. All
Yes,
right.
always. Thank you, Kia.
All right.
Bye,
Okay,
Kia.
I'll call you later.
Later,
Hey
boom.
Ray,
Drive
I'm
safe.
gonna have to call your phone, Ray, after live one day.
You already know.
I gotta ring your ear.
Think Romaine said you trying to hit you up.
All right, y'all.
All
All
right,
right.
later.
Thank you, Kia.
He's just asking. That's what niggas is doing.
Oh, okay, she took herself.
They're trying to bun up something.
Sorry, Web. I almost removed you. So, Web, you were saying that us as parents and growing up in a household, we try to separate our kids from certain
Not
things,
just,
like you're a
I mean,
child, stay in a child place.
yeah, not just separating them from stuff, but validating them. I was trying to piggyback off what Ed was saying. Like, it's important to validate your child, like how
Their
Belle was
feelings.
saying their feelings, and you stand a better chance of nipping traumas in the bud from that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, that's it.
you offer an instant sort of healing in the moment. So going forward, they don't think about not that they don't think about it, they can think about the issue in a proper way going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask
I get
Kai
what you're
and
saying.
Dell a
You get what I'm
question?
saying? It's important because Lorraine was
Mm-hmm.
saying something like that. Like I commend you, Lorraine. It's very it's important to be understanding a situation, not just of what's happening, but also what you're contributing to the situation.
But I want to ask based off of what you just said, and I've heard that perspective, like the stay in a child's place is old school, and you need to let them be able to speak their mind and all of that type of stuff. I from listening to you two, Kai and Dell, like I get a sense that like y'all had some good influences growing up because y'all sound like some smart adults.
I
Therapy.
I'm almost positive
All
that
right,
y'all.
say.
I'm almost positive y'all got to stay in the child's place. Like If it was grown up
Oh,
talking, y'all couldn't
God.
butt into the
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah,
So y'all
I
really
definitely
suck,
had that.
right?
We wasn't allowed around the grown-ups, you know. But I feel like that's only when adults are doing adult things. It's one thing
Yeah,
to respectfully tell your parent how you feel or tell any adult how you feel, but when they're doing adult things, that's not where a child
that's
should
not where
be.
a child should be. So you can let them know this
Yeah,
is
Right.
not this is what's
that's
going on,
it,
but
yeah,
So
Listen, we
adult
didn't
things are
have
going on.
card
all
parties
right, so let's
and everything, but y'all
so
got to
let's
go
let's get a little
upstairs.
bit more into it though. So I'm the type like with my son, like I said last week, I've had some of the dopest conversations in my life with my son.
mm-hmm,
Like all through his growing up.
yeah,
From like from the first time I decided to sit and have try to have a real conversation with him. It blew my mind.
mm-hmm. I could relate.
But at the same
Yeah,
time, it's some shit that I had to stop him. Like, Lorray, like, cut it now. Like, I understand you speaking your how you feel and your
Yeah,
perspective, but enough. You pushing it.
Yep.
you're doing
yeah.
too much. You don't do too much.
Yep.
Right. Now some
Yep.
parents would be
I agree
like,
with you, Lorraine. We
let them
gotta
speak
we
their
gotta we
mind.
gotta reel the kids back in.
You got
Yep.
yeah.
Because
You
then
put your
if
foot down
they
at certain
then
times.
it's like they feel like they are on our level. I feel like they feel like I feel like if you want to express yourself to me and you're my child, you
Mm-hmm.
can do that, but I feel like it's the way you do it.
Yeah,
You might be upset, but don't come to me. I'm old school with some things. I'm not gonna lie. My daughter, she think I'm like, listen, some things I'm trying to get used to this new world and how these parents be letting their kids talk to them crazy
yeah,
because they expressing their feelings.
yeah,
No.
nah,
If you
nah,
wanna,
On
you
God.
can be mad,
yeah,
go in
nah,
your room and calm down real quick, and then come sit down with me and let's have a discussion. But you
yeah,
will not come in my face. I'm telling you right now that this is why I'm upset. You're
yeah,
Oh,
not
oh,
nah.
gonna
oh,
do
Maintain a
oh.
low tone.
I
Maintain
don't
a low
know.
it.
tone.
I don't know what
Right,
that
Jay?
is.
You're not gonna
And I
no,
and
Yeah,
but
I'm
listen,
well,
real
no,
quick.
that's because of the way the world
All
that
right.
these kids are growing
yeah,
up in. The world that these kids are growing up in, they not we
they
can't. It's
think,
hard to tell them to stay in a child's place
I
yep.
when
could
they
see that,
never
but our
really get a
kids know
chance
we
to. They
crazy.
get
That's
So
exposed to
true.
so much stuff at a young age.
Very
But
true.
see,
And
me and my
everything young,
kids,
like they talking about bundles. I'm like, first of all,
yeah, you saw him
when
coming.
you gonna have y'all want to do everything? Like it's like I know it's a different generation, but it's like y'all want to do so much. I'm like, what are y'all gonna have when y'all get older? Like my
Right.
daughter, she see her friends nose piercings. You're
Mm-hmm.
13. What you need your nose pierced for? You're not getting your nose pierced. Why? My friends. I'm like, I'm not your friend's mom. Tell me a legit reason why at the age of 13 you need your nose pierced. For what? Like these kids is like they just I don't know. And it's crazy
see,
because
I don't know. I'm
today's
different.
topic I wanted to kind of talk about was parenting and co-parenting and stuff. So I'm kind of glad we got into that. Well, I wanted to talk about that as one of the topics, but I was gonna wait. But I just feel like I don't know with this generation is so different. It's like us as parents, we try to understand because when we grew up, we weren't allowed to really express for real how we felt about things. Well, I know maybe on my end I wasn't, but
Right.
we weren't able to. It was always stay in the child's place, who you talking to like that. And some of that does spill over into our adulthood to where I'm like that with my kids, but I can't get with this new generation and these parents that's like, well, you gotta let the kids, and I get that. They can do that, but you're not gonna come to
Yeah,
me
nah.
No,
disrespectfully talking to me because you're mad and
Listen,
you
don't
There's
I'm not
always
gonna
a
do
demean
it.
line.
yourself by
there's
saying,
always
look,
a line.
some
There's
of that
always a
shit,
line.
There's
some of
always a
that old
line.
school shit is good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody never
Always
died
a
from the
line.
old
So
school.
okay, so I'm gonna. So I don't want to cut nobody off, but let me say this because I have kids aging from 23 to 11. I'm a little bit different. I'm super cool with my kids. They all know you can come to me and talk to me about anything, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. That's just the mom that I am. My 23-year-old, I will check her like she's 10, cause she got that mouth, and I'll forget that she's an adult, and I'll punch her in her mouth. Cause you're not gonna talk to me crazy. So let me reel you in real quick. We can talk
Hey,
about
but she's
anything.
23. You can punch in her mouth.
And will.
She grown.
And will.
Yeah.
Don't ever let her think she can put you in yours.
That's what I'm talking
But
about.
but
Right.
no, that won't ever happen. Like, y'all better catch me when I'm 80, and you might not want to catch me then, because I might got something underneath my wheelchair and it get
That's
popped.
right.
So
That's that old school shit.
don't
That's
never
that old school
never
shit.
try me. Don't never try me.
Well,
But I will say this: we have a great relationship, and I'm super close with all my kids. I really am. My son, I don't know. He's
Can
different.
you leave Amir alone, Kyla, for one? Leave Amir alone.
we
Leave
be
him alone.
trying.
Leave
No.
him
We be
alone,
trying.
Kyla.
No.
I'm gonna mute
Amir
you.
on
Leave
another
Amir
level. He
alone.
on another level.
We know
That
Amir
that.
is
nigga's
Leave
on
him
another
different.
alone.
level.
Amir is different. So I'm gonna say this.
I know.
I'm that mom. I love tats. I love tattoos. I love piercings. So if Araya had her belly button pierced when she was 14, then she pierced her nose, and then she pierced the other side of her nose, and then she got her ears pierced. Like, I don't care about stuff like that. I want you to completely express yourself. The only thing I was super old school about was, like, you can't be running around with red nail polish on. 'Cause growing up, only whores had red nail polish on. Look at my little whorish ass now. I got red nail polish on. But as a kid, you could not do that in my house. You can't wear red nail polish until you're 18. Like, you're not running around with red nail polish and red toes, because that's how whores was that's what whores do. And
Horrors.
that's just how I grew up. It's a whorish color. But, like, the piercings and stuff like that, I don't care. Pierce, you
Nah,
wanna
I'm not down for that.
put
Not
19
yet,
pierce.
because
I'm not
at
gonna
the
let
age
you
of
tat your
13,
face
kids
up.
still don't mentally know. Their brain still not always mature enough to say, why do you need what getting her belly button pierced at 14? What did that do for Araya to express
That's what she
herself?
wanted to
Show her
do.
midriff. It's
That's.
probably what it is.
But when
Not
you
the
think
judge
You
about
yourself
sound
it,
a
though.
but
You
think
said
total
about
shoot
it
black
her
like
midriff.
this.
motherfucker
I mean,
right
I
now.
get it. I get what you're looking at it, but look at our true culture. Not this,
Tell her.
not America, but look at our true culture. Our true culture, they're pierced all over the place.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Our people
Tattoos
So
running
go
everywhere.
around
get
with
the big
piercings
hoes and do
all
that and
over
walk
their
around naked.
entire
I'm
body.
sorry.
They
And
have
if
their
y'all want to
skin
talk
is
about
tatted.
true
They
culture, we're
scar their
not even
face
from
up.
Africa. I'm gonna shut up.
Wait.
All right.
Yes, we are. But I'm just saying, like, for me, if that's how you want to express yourself. Rock out. I don't care about none of that. They
So
weren't
when you
fast.
did it, so
I
back
knew
then when
my
you were in your
daughters.
20s, when you had a riot, because you were in your 20s, right?
I was 18 when I had a
You
riot.
were 18. So back then your mentality was, when you let your 14-year-old get her belly button pierced, your mentality was, this is our culture and this is how we are as a
No,
people. So
no,
so
no,
that's
no,
what I'm
no, 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 no,
asking.
no. Because I know my
Okay.
child. Now, if she was a little fast tail thing, no, you can't get no piercings. No, you can't do nothing. But I didn't have fast daughters. They wasn't worried about
Nah, they
showing
was
their
some good kids.
body,
So
and they were. You have to know your child. You have to gauge your child and how they move, and you can guide your parenting towards your child. What works for me might not work for you.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Everybody
Absolutely.
parenting style is different.
Yeah.
Listen,
So,
Right.
like, if that's something, if that's the least I had to worry about was her coming home asking me for a belly button ring, when there were her friends that were,
pregnant.
like, pregnant. They were pregnant.
Get
Right.
the belly button ring, girl. Go ahead.
Right.
And my
Here's
14-year
both
old
How
of
much it
still a
cost?
virgin. My 15-year-old, she's still a virgin. She's still a virgin at 16. She's still a virgin at 7. She just lost her virginity at 17. Sure, if that child wants her belly button pierced, sure you can,
You said
because she
17.
was
I'm
that
talking about
kid.
13.
No,
I
but I'm
get it.
saying
But for me, I wouldn't.
that's the child that I had, because
yeah.
Araya wasn't fast.
My
And
Like
daughter
you
not
said,
yeah,
fast
that's the
gauge.
either.
parent.
You gotta
My
gauge the
daughter is not
child,
Right.
fast
the
Yeah.
at all
parenting
either, but
based
I'm
on the
still
child.
what's the
Right.
like I want my daughter to tell me what's her reasoning. Like, if you could sit down and say, mommy, this is why, and it's a legit reason. My daughter not fast. My daughter don't do none of that. But for me, like, I just feel like a 13-year-old with those type of piercings, regardless if her friends get pregnant and she not doing it, that's good. That means I'm doing my job as a parent. That don't mean I gotta reward you and let you go get a piercing because of something that your friends are doing. They not in this household. They don't have nothing to do with that.
It sounds like
I don't
Teezy
know.
talking to her daughter right now.
Yeah,
Yes,
Calm down.
Sorry, little Trey, I'm sorry, baby. You ain't getting no
Yup.
kisses. I see what
Yeah,
like to get a
that's a
Sorry, Trey,
fact.
you gotta wait till you maybe like 16.
Hey,
Y'all let might get something like
Teezy,
that.
that's
Oh,
your household.
16.
You
Oh,
run that.
see,
Right.
see, at 16,
Exactly.
Teezy,
I
you
don't
run that.
know.
Nate
That's
said
the
that. Nate
that's the
said
last
that.
word
Nate
right there.
said
You
that
run
Nate.
that.
Exactly.
Facts.
And
I
and
read
and,
that.
and honestly, we can't we shouldn't be debating whether a kid 13 should be getting
Exactly.
roasted. Because if I feel my kid is able to do that, then that's
You're gonna
me.
do it.
That's your business.
Yeah,
It's your house.
You know what I'm saying?
Each
it's
house is
worked with
different.
my kids.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And if I feel that they should be able to give me some valid reasoning behind it, and then I'm able to do it, then that's my house. You give a
Right.
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 I just
it's
rather for
it's not about a blanket expectation. It's about I think the more of the topic is, how do that comment, stay in the child's place, affect the kid? Should we be saying that? And what honestly, what do that mean? What do stay in the child's place mean? Because I don't want nobody arguing with me, a child or an adult.
Yeah, it's
You get
kind
what
of
I'm
lost
saying?
its
I think
I
value
it
don't
go
want
back to
over
what
nobody
they were
time.
talking
saying about
crazy
like
to me, a
how
child or
if
an
they
adult.
playing cards and drinking and maybe
right,
smoking or
like
whatever,
go
having their fun.
upstairs.
The kids don't need to be there. They maybe need to be upstairs watching some cartoons or something like that.
Right.
That's what I
We
think
didn't
it is
call our
more
kids.
so.
Well,
We
I
didn't
was
call
raised a
our
little
kids
different
downstairs to
because
do that
I
damn
was
dance.
downstairs playing
No,
cards.
goodbye.
I was drinking my father beer. I was chilling with my cousins.
Yo,
We was all downstairs doing stupid shit. So stay in
The
the
first beer
child's
I ever
place.
had, my uncle gave it to me. You know
listen,
what I'm
It
listen.
be
saying?
the
Stay in the
best.
child's
Something
place
they
is more
always
like
Hold
a
it,
give
give
you
me
that
respect
five.
thing.
first sip.
Stay in the
Let,
child's place
Right.
is more like on a respect thing. It was like
Yeah, it's
you
just a
should know how to
level of
respect your
respect.
elders. It
Yes.
say
wasn't
that.
like
Say
you
that.
can't be around. As long as you know
Yes.
what's going on and you know the rules of what you're supposed to be doing, you was straight. You was straight.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
aware of situations now.
And I was always told to go be a kid because once you're an adult, you don't get your childhood back.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Yep.
Fact though.
go enjoy
And
being a
listen,
kid.
Oh my
my
God.
son's 17 right now. He's like, oh, I can't wait till I live on my own. I said, no, you don't.
Okay.
You want to
No,
pay
nigga.
bills? You want to be broke?
Yeah.
Like I work all the time because I don't want to be broke. I
But
hate paying bills. It
we
hurts my soul.
yeah.
It hurts my soul to buy groceries with cash money and not a food stamp card. Like I want the EBT. Like, can I buy some of y'all EBTs if y'all still sell them? But now because of COVID, kids is in the house, and their
Read all
parents
that.
aren't selling. They're not selling their EBTs and stuff. I want to eat crab legs and shrimp all the time. Can I get an EBT? Thank you.
Right.
Hey,
So
trust
being
That's
an
me.
adult
seriously.
sucks. I hate it. I don't
That's
want
a
an
that's a
Hate
adult.
it here.
self-made that's a
Bro,
self-made
adults make
trauma
me
right
hate
there
it
though.
here.
Cause we don't we one of the us and I want to say some of the Puerto Ricans and Latinos, we don't keep our kids home no more. Like we push them out at 18. They want to they want to leave.
I
They
knew
don't
that
want
was
to be in the
coming.
house. And
And that's the thing. You don't have
that's
to
what's
leave the
something else
house.
that cripple us.
I don't want to do. I don't want to cause that trauma on my kid. I don't want you to be an adult too quick.
Mm-mm.
I got
We
your
Man.
always
back as long as you going to school or you doing something with your life. Say you ain't going to school. What if you just went and got a regular trade? Like me, I got a
yeah.
trade. And you got a trade and you working. Sure, you can stay home. Stay home and stack your bread.
But
You want to
Oh
stay
my
home and
God.
to
save
some
your
of us, that
money?
wasn't even an option though. Staying home was not an option.
Well, I
Nate.
mean that for some kids. I mean for me, I didn't have to leave home, but I wanted to because
I left
it
by
was
choice.
trauma.
So
I wanted
I
to leave. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't
I
do
I
left
this.
just
when I
wanted
had
to take care of
18. I was
myself.
out.
I
See,
wanted to do what I
it,
man.
wanted to do. You know what I'm
Say
saying? So
that.
I left.
Shit.
And
Thought
like we
I was
tell our kids,
grown. Went
and
back
we
I
tell
got
our
home a year
kids, you don't
later.
have to leave, but you don't have to stay. You know what I'm saying? Once you're 18, you don't have to get out, but if you want to leave, feel free.
bye.
I'm giving this
You
I
gonna
brother
come
mean,
home
until
though.
19, and I'm foot out the door. He got to go
But
at 19.
you're not gonna do that.
If he
He's not
ain't
gonna do
ready
that.
at 19, I
He's
ain't
not
do my
gonna do
job.
that.
So I'm trying to get his
At
brain.
19,
at
at
Wait,
19,
19,
but
he's
Listen,
look,
not
look at it,
even
look
a
at it.
real
still got a
Gotta
adult.
great age
go.
to
He
do
gotta
that.
go.
He said he
Man,
gotta
Wait,
go
why you
home.
feel like,
done the
Lorraine, why do you
greatest
feel like
job.
you didn't do your
at
job
19, he gonna be
if you
right
got
back,
out at
bro.
19?
Trust
Yeah,
me.
he is.
He gonna be right back.
So this is what I'm learning, right? I from 17, 18 is a whole different kid.
Yeah.
It's
The
a, I
18-year-old
think
kid
I'm
is a whole
adult.
different
It's
kid.
the
I think I'm an adult.
So I'm learning how to deal with this 18-year-old.
Your
You
son
know what I'm
18
saying?
now?
So part of me learning is learning that he gonna go. I see him engaging in that figure it out phase.
Yeah.
And
That's
fuck
when we
that.
as parents gotta let go. It's
Fuck
hard.
that. Fuck
It's
that.
hard, but we gotta at some point we gotta let them go. Just like your parents had to let you go. My parents had to let me go. They're
So
gonna
mean,
fuck up.
I
They're
mean,
going to fuck up.
I,
I'm saying,
right at this moment and how the universe works,
yeah.
it's put me in a position where I could take a little bit of control that I relinquished. Like if you ain't doing right, then you got to listen to what I'm saying now.
Right, yeah.
And
But that could be hard for them.
But that's all a part of
because they
letting
think
his
they're an
hand
adult.
go.
so
Letting
listen,
his hand go.
you're right. What I'm trying to learn right now is the language to talk to him. Like I can't say like Lorraine do this, and this. He gonna do the complete opposite. I know that about my
Oh
kid.
shit. Oh yeah, I ain't even got no Wi-Fi, bro.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I ain't
trying to
even. The
right now.
Wi-Fi is
I'm
not
trying to learn the
connected.
language of how to talk
Yeah, it's
to
going
him,
back to my
get him to do what I want him to do without telling them to do it.
Yep.
Oh, that's the struggle.
That's the trick to good parenting, yo.
That's the
Thank
struggle.
You do
you.
what you want
Thank
to
you,
do without telling
Lorraine.
them.
Yeah,
I
it's
do that with my daughter
So
all the time. Like, why did
shit,
I
help me. What the
damn,
fuck?
like you
Don't
just
just
like,
say yeah. That's
my
it.
guy.
Help me.
but you can
Dude,
tell me
I'm
that you
Doing it
want
still.
right
some
now.
I
He
Jordans.
wish
said,
I had
"Help
So
something
me."
for
give you
you. I'm still trying to
$200. But you
figure
can
that
tell me
out
you want some
myself,
AirPods.
and my kids
Teezy,
are
start reading some
adults.
comments or something. Somebody help me.
Like,
Yo,
because I got nothing. I'm still trying to figure
ain't no
out.
help to it, yo. It's a yo. To this day, I be
No,
trying to
they
figure
just
that out.
listening right now. I don't see no
And my
comments.
kids ain't even 18.
Bruh, trust. I got
No,
Yeah.
for real.
adult children, and I'm
Look,
still like, why am I telling you?
that Ray
Yo,
that done got real.
That's funny as hell. He said, help me.
I think they just listening because I don't really see too many new comments, but I just see
y'all,
that as people watching.
come on, y'all. Some parents with some
ain't no help
Hey,
20,
on that, man.
that's the
20
daily
plus
struggle
year
as a
old
parent.
kids, man.
That is a daily struggle as a parent, for real. Like
And I
trying to
don't
get your
want to
kid to do what they
traumatize
have to do.
We still got
You
to
said
tell our
what?
23-year-old kids and stuff like that. Like, look,
Rondell, you frozen.
shit.
You know, I think
No.
that
Yeah,
I
I'm
think tell it. I
freezing
think for
like
the
crazy.
U.S. to
Like I
tell
said,
a
we still got to
kid
tell our
that at the
20-plus-year-olds to do stuff around the house. It's like, this is stuff you should already know.
I'll be in
Right,
jail,
you
man.
and then want to
25,
be grown.
I'll
Huh?
be in jail.
You gonna be in jail?
I'll be in
yeah.
jail. It'll
So
get to that.
annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying coming home and like I have my adult daughter that lives home. She's 23. I have my son. He's 17, and then baby girl, she 11. I come home, there's dishes in the sink, and I cooked dinner before I went to work, and it's still sitting out on the stove. And now y'all mad because I'm cussing y'all out at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, why do I?
Yep.
Why?
I just
Like
seen a
y'all
tag
haven't been
team.
doing this your
Y'all
whole
turned to a
life.
tag team because I would be slam dancing everybody in the house.
Yeah.
Yo, one day, I flipped out so bad that I took all the dirty dishes and threw it in the bag with me. The whole dish bucket, the water, all that. Get up.
Some shit I do. Right.
You threw it in the bed with them?
Yeah.
Sure did.
Put
That's
it
I
in
had
bed.
my
traumatizing.
cell
That's
phone.
traumatizing, Kai. What are you doing?
Look.
Right, Web.
Hey,
You
Sometimes you
gotta
need a
reel us
little
back in,
trauma.
Web. Because
That's
like
not
this is
traumatizing.
come
I
on,
started venting
man.
and
That's
shit.
tough love.
You gotta reel us
Sometimes you
back
need a
into
little
the
trauma,
topic,
man.
Web.
Sometimes you need a little bit.
Nate, how many tell them how you
Cause
had
I
to
got
wash every dish in the
plenty
house.
stories.
The
I got
the
plenty
clean
stories.
dishes and the dirty dishes.
Yo, you couldn't even go outside.
Yeah,
if the
Yo,
house was not clean.
yeah.
Like you wiping walls, you doing all
yeah,
of
I
that.
was on
Even the
punishment. I was on
TVs.
punishment for a year.
For real, bruh.
I was on punishment for a year.
Remember when you guys moved from Weathersfield Avenue and you forgot that they had bought you that big old boom box?
Yep,
It was huge, one of them big Radio Raheem boom
nigga, I was
boxes. He
punished for a
forgot that
year.
he even owned it. That's how long it was
Yo,
taken from him.
yo, I left it in the hallway. And they snatched it from me, and I forgot all about it. They gave it back to me like you're off punishment, and I was like, oh yeah, I
It
did
was
have
like
this.
Christmas.
Right?
Yeah,
Like the
All over
new
again.
radio.
First of all, they was moving from Weathersfield to Bloomfield. Nate was an adult when he got the boombox back. Don't forget to tell that part of it.
yo, they took it. They took it.
Yo.
Yo, hold up though, but they took it from me when I
He
lived on
sit there and
Amity
forgot the
Street when I
CD
was in
player.
grade school.
Right.
So
And they
Yeah,
gave it
that's
back to
It
you
had
as an
a
crazy.
adult.
tape deck. It
as
had
an
a tape
adult,
deck.
I had to take. Yeah, I had a two disc tape deck.
Yes.
The last thing I recorded. Listen, the last thing I recorded on it that was new was LL Cool J. Dissing Cannabis.
Oh
Oh
shit.
man.
What's that
That'll
for?
tell you. That'll
1?
tell you how long ago I forgot about that thing.
Damn, Nate, I didn't know you was that
And we
old,
was
man.
we was all grown.
Son,
We were
I did.
grown.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I ain't know Nate was that old either.
Chill, Nate. They trying to get you.
Oh,
Black
They,
don't
40.
crack.
hey, look,
Black
man,
don't
look.
crack.
I was just about to say that. So
Black
that's
don't
what I
crack
said.
in
When y'all
this
be talking
movie.
about trauma, like some traumas is like terrible, but some traumas like guide you in life and it
Necessary,
shapes you.
for
Right.
real.
It shapes you to who you are. So
Right.
So Teezy, I think it's important that we talk about, like, all of us are parents on here.
You don't know how bad.
And we gotta be conscious of our trauma, but I think in that we also should then learn like the unintentional trauma or the trauma that our kids are going through and putting them in a position to deal with that shit sooner than later, you know?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
that's why
definitely agree with you on that one, Lorraine.
that's why I was really upset when my 18-year-old decided she graduated high school. She's like, look, you
she
got
was
my
out.
diploma, but everybody else
He
is, and
said,
she
I'm out.
moved out.
She
That
was
shit
out.
hurt my heart. And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell the absolute truth. Let me be very transparent. It was like a couple days pre-graduation when she told me she was moving out, and I think I Tony Montana. I was in when he hit his sister in the bathroom. That was me and Nani in the front of the house, and Uncle Rashawn and
Yeah.
Pops Rondell had to grab me because I was about to whoop. Like, you moving where? With who?
We like
I forgot
chill.
myself.
We like relax.
Like, what?
Killer, killer,
Must,
killer,
like,
killer. Doom.
yeah. That killer came out. Like, there was no more Kyla. There was no more mom. Like, what did I do to you as a parent that you feel that you got to rush into adulthood? Now, mind you, it kicks her now, and she be like, some days I don't be wanting to do this, ma. Like, I know my man loves me and I love him, but like, I hate paying bills. Like, this is too much. Like, budgeting my money. Now I get paid
Yeah.
every 2 weeks. I gotta budget how much I can spend for 2 weeks. When
Yeah.
if I was home, I probably had to, kick some money in for groceries or pay a little stupid bill like the cable bill, and I could stack the rest of my paper. So it does kick her sometimes where she's like, yo, I don't like being an adult like this. It's hard. She recently had lost her job because she had got COVID, and it killed her needing to ask me for help. But because she's the one of our kids who's very independent and doesn't really ask for anything, I didn't have a problem helping her. Okay, you need money to cover your rent, I got you. Because I'm not gonna see you on the street because I see you out here trying to do your thing and step up. You didn't have to, but I acknowledge what you're doing and I'm gonna help you. So it's those things, but it hurt as a parent that she chose. I didn't kick her out. I didn't kick any of my kids out. You chose to move out, and you didn't have to. Like, I had different goals for you in mind than the ones you're choosing for yourself right now. You're not choosing to go to college. You're choosing to live with your boyfriend and work at 18? That's what you want to do? Why? You don't have to. But you know, there's certain
Kid,
things that happen, and she wanted to do her own thing, and I had to acknowledge that. But at that moment, I was not my
That's what I'm
best
trying to
self.
hear.
I wasn't my best self.
I tried to leave my mother house at 16. She said, "You ain't going nowhere." She said, "When you 18 and you graduate high school and you want to leave, then," she said, "but you will not leave my house at the age of 16. I don't care what you talking about." Like, and I had to stay. I could not leave. But when I graduated, for me, I was mad that my mom made me move because I'm from, y'all all know, I don't know if Lorraine know, but I'm
Yeah.
from New Haven. So when my mother made me move up to New Britain, oh, I hated that.
I hated it.
I love you, Mom.
All
But
of
I
y'all
was,
did
she
though.
know.
Yeah.
I did
I
not
would
like
have
that
hated to
baby
move
for
to New
4
Britain
years.
too.
You
If I
made
was
me go to high school. You brought me to a different culture. Like, no, New Britain is a lot of speed. I'm like, what? You did not just
Polish
take me away
people.
from everything I
Polish,
know.
yeah, Polish
She
people
was
speak.
like, Polish people? Polish
So
people?
brought me to New
Right.
Britain. But when it was 16, I called, I found somewhere to live with the people in New Haven that I grew up with. I had my mother talk to them. My
Oh,
mother
she had
said,
a
"Shantae ain't
plan.
going
I
nowhere."
remember that. I remember
Now
that. It
when
was funny.
Shantae get 18 and she want to leave, that's on her. And I really left. When I graduated high school, I was out. Only because I wanted to go back to New Haven and be around what I knew.
Yeah,
And
in
I
the
came back
element.
a year later. I called my mom. I said, "Mom, I'm getting mad. I'm getting in too much trouble out here. I'm not in college no more. I'm running the streets. I'm
I need
killing every
I
night
need a
with everybody.
change.
We having fun." I was like, it's time for me to come back home because I know this is not it. So I came back home a year later, and then towards the end of that year, I got my first apartment, and I moved to Hartford. But my mother was not having it. I was like, "You want to leave at 16?" Because some people they be like, "Man, go be with who
I
you
said,
think you're gonna have a better life with." Like, and I'm sorry, I just can't. Like, sometimes I might say that. I do say that sometimes. I could admit to my daughter sometimes. I'll be like, "Oh, you think you can have a better life over there? Oh, go ahead." But in my head,
right.
I'm like, "You're not going nowhere.
This,
Not until you're
this
of
something
that
more.
age where you feel like you want to, when you're 18 and you feel like, okay." And at 18, they're still young. We thought we were grown at 18. We were an adult, but we were not, like, our mental,
Children.
it wasn't where it should have been. And we just wanted to see that because I think that a lot of times, like, we looked at our parents, and although we all been through things with our parents, we still looked at like the fun. I think, like, for me, I probably took the fun stuff, like, yo, I can't wait to be an adult. I can't what look at what they doing.
I could be
They chilling,
outside
they
all
doing this,
day.
they doing
Yeah.
that.
You just look at the fun aspect of being
Yup.
that, of having the freedom to do as
It
you
ain't
please when you
fun.
please. You don't look at the responsibility and what it costs
It was
to
going what
do
it
as
wants
you
tonight.
please when you please.
Yup. I tell my
Right.
daughter that all the time. I be like, don't look at this fun or whatever you see.
Yeah.
Once in a while we might go on. Have a said, girl, it's more to that than being an adult. So please just don't look at it like I just want to be
All right.
free and do what I want to do. I mean, but then that comes with life lessons, like Kyla said. Now her daughter, now Nani, like, man, listen, I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired of paying bills.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a part of life lessons. And it's definitely important to what Lorraine said of trying to work on the stuff that we dealt with that could negatively, not positively, but negatively affect our kids because it's
Right.
things that we haven't dealt with. Our parents have dealt with things and they poured it into us. Now
We're
we're
pouring
pouring
into
it
them.
into our children. And I know for me too, I try to be conscious. Like sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, Shantae, you sound like Tracy. Relax." Like, or some things I try to just like, okay, I don't want to do it this way or this, that, and the third. So I try to be conscious and aware of certain things when it comes to my kids and talking to them or, doing things with
Right.
them or, just overall because I try the stuff that I've been through, although some of it does unintentionally pour over, is not something that I really want.
Right. Like y'all, like Dell's, his kids are fortunate that his experience and normalized that behavior, that stepdad behavior, because the universe put him in a position to be a stepdad now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
he could have looked at that as an example of how to be a stepdad
Mm.
Yeah, that's
instead
how I
of
took it.
the adverse to how to
Yeah.
be a stepdad. You get what I'm saying? a lot of us.
Yeah, that made me a better person, a better man. Actually, I could be a better man towards them kids. You know what I'm saying?
He made a decision on what side of the fence he wanted to
He
be on,
didn't
because he
want
could
to
have took
do
it
what his
negative,
stepfather did.
or he
He
could have
wanted to
took
do
it
the
the other
right
way.
thing.
Right.
Had to flip it.
And
Yeah,
then and in turn that affect them kids in a certain type of way.
Yep.
Feel me? They
yeah,
don't have the same trauma. Like they'll stop a generational curse right now with
Yep.
how
right.
he
Yeah.
engaged with his stepchildren.
That was the
I'm
Yep.
goal.
sorry to say it like that, though.
Yeah.
Them your
Oh
kids.
no, you
You get what I'm
you dead
saying?
on. You're
But the
No, you're
spot
fact
right.
on.
that you could have continued a trend.
Yeah,
Feel me?
no,
Based off of your experience.
yeah, you spot on. That's why when I saw the topic, it said healing the inner child. That was part of me healing my inner child. I'm like, I'm not gonna
Yes.
give these kids what I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give these kids better than what I had, and that's just my presence. My kids don't care about nothing I buy for them or nothing. They just want me there.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Because
that
that's
was
more
So
important.
I want to stop you right there because my part of what I was saying is us as parents now, like I said, we are parents on here. It's up to us to recognize how childhood trauma creates dysfunctional adults.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
See, I can't
You
even hear
recognize
Lorray. What
that
happened?
even if it didn't affect you to where you acted adverse to the situation, you
hmm
recognize that it made you feel a certain type of way
yeah,
initially. Like
yeah,
you know the feeling of a stepdad not treating you like they kid.
exactly.
So if you perpetuate that shit, then you just continuing
The
Yeah,
cycle.
I'm doing them kids an
That's what
injustice,
I was.
doing them
feel
an
me? So
injustice.
this is where we come in at as
Yeah,
parents. Initially to recognize that shit affected me. That shit affected me a certain type of way. But
yeah,
then recognize that it's all different type of shit that's affecting our babies. So
Exactly.
we gonna let them figure it out on their own, or put
yep,
them in a position to be healthy minded adults.
yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah. I
Yo, when I
agree.
speak, like, cause I know you're gonna you'll be defending my mother. I love my mother. My mother loved me. You know what I'm saying? But
I'll
the
fight you
issue.
over that lady.
I
Damn, he put the good
I'll
stuff.
fight somebody over that lady. You feel me? For real. But it's like what I went through with her, like you were just saying. I learned how to deal with my daughter in a sense because of what I went through. So I try to deal with her in a way to make sure she's a healthy minded kid so she could be a healthy minded adult. And on top of that, I remember, even though my father wasn't around, I remember a lot of good things from my experiences with my father as a child, her age, going to Sigourney Park, him teaching me the monkey bars. You know what I mean? So I give her that kind of time and energy because it's important to be healthy minded. It's important to form the mind healthily.
Yeah. You
You know
could
what I mean?
also show
Respect wise.
somebody that bust their ass for their 3 babies and work all type of hours too, like grandma.
Say again?
I said you so like my mother, right? Single parent. My mother always worked. Feel me? And subconsciously, I just picked up that that's natural. So I always work. Like I said, I've been working since I was 13.
That I didn't pick up.
Right.
That's why we have
You like
problems.
No Lorray, because this little nigga don't want to do shit but play fucking video games and shit. I don't know where he get that from.
That's what a lot of
Especially me and your grandmother working hella hours. I don't know what the fuck. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I
no,
started.
but like I was saying,
He
like another
didn't.
thing,
He didn't. Go ahead, Lorraine. Go ahead.
another
Go
thing that
ahead.
It's all right.
has translated into my adulthood, like I was saying earlier, I kept my nose in a book as a kid. So, like you were saying a little while before, not a little while before, but early in the show, about being able to connect certain things. Like, oh, that happened to me at 9, and that's why this is happening now.
Right.
Because of me picking up knowledge from reading books, I'm able to connect things like that. So when I talk to people, I'm already calling. It seemed like I'm calling them out on their shit, and I don't mean to come across, but it's because my mind is already in a connecting place. So that causes me a lot of problems as an adult, dealing with people, dealing in relationships, or with my not relationships, but my relationship with my daughter's mom. You know what I mean? It causes a lot of problems there because it seems like I'm falling out problems or judging, and it's not. It's just connecting.
I mean, I think Teezy, yo, this is a dope ass topic. Like this is what we need to be talking about. You get what I'm saying? This is the only way we're gonna be able to evolve is if we're able to recognize what made me who I am at this moment.
Yes.
Yep.
Because I could be a
Yes.
different person tomorrow, but that'll be based off of what I went through from now until tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And the more we able to recognize that our life experiences are like we're a product of that. And
Yes.
the people that we interact with, they're a product of their life experiences.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And being empathetic to that. I think that goes a long way. Feel me? That's the initially understanding that even this person that the universe put me in front of is this right now is different factors that went into what produced this. And then if they able to, I think is important, like I said, for us to be willing to deal with the shit that I went through that made me who I am. You get what I'm saying? We got to start dealing with this shit. We got to start talking about this shit. We got to start
Yeah.
dealing with all of those, like Kai was saying, those family secrets. Put them shits on the table.
And it's honestly, that's why I talk about it a lot. Like even off screen, I'm constantly speaking on how just like we just need to really understand that we gotta deal with that stuff we have to, yo. Like I feel like you're not gonna move forward for real, like until you deal with those type of things. And it could be a daily thing that you're dealing with it. That's not wrong. I don't think that is I mean, of course it's how you deal with it, but I'm not gonna put a time frame on how you deal with your trauma, how long it takes you to work on it or get over it or whatever it is to heal from it. And not just trauma, but like you said, the things that we've been through that made us and shaped us into who we are today, including the community we grew up in, including our household, including the family secrets that we ain't know. Like even with me, I was like, I'm learning, and I'm like, wait, hold up, wait, you never know, because again, we keep it to ourselves as a secret. Like my grandmother, she's very secretive. I didn't know my grandmother's age literally probably until I was almost in 30. I'm saying my grandmother never told us her age. We didn't know.
Yeah,
Like she
nobody in
wouldn't
my
tell us the
family
year,
know
even
my
her
Never.
kids. And
Nobody
I'm like, y'all
age.
not gonna
You
tell
don't
us
know
the year she was born.
none of us know my age.
Honestly, I didn't know how old my grandmother was till she passed away.
I don't know
Real
why.
shit.
I wanna learn and figure out why it was back in those days. It was so much keep everything a secret, and it does pour into us. Because for example, I work with a lot of Caucasian people, and a part of me feel like they nosy, and a part of me feel like this is how they are though. Like they open with each other, they be talking and saying. I'm just like, and to me it's a little weird because I'm like, I'm open, but I'm just like, the way that they communicate, I feel like we didn't grow up like that. I feel like we grew up to keep things quiet, don't
Boxed
do the
in.
with, and what I'm seeing with them, I'm looking and
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm just observing and I'm like, wow, like okay,
No,
and I can
Teezy,
see the
that's
difference.
no,
Well,
Huh?
that's a
no,
part of
Teezy.
our conditioning. You know how it was back when we was in school. We was being like kids in the '90s was being introduced to like therapy and people actually listening to them and helping them just because of that secretive mind state that we all grew up with. So now that it's come to the forefront, you know, we get to see our kids, you know, and in the future, our children's children have those type of resources that we really didn't have. We had paraprofessionals in the school, but it was more disciplined. It
That
wasn't
was for the
more geared
for the
toward,
behavioral. Yep.
yeah,
It was
more,
kids like me.
yeah.
Listen, I was a behavioral
That
type.
was the only
I know all the PNT
engagement.
moves. Like
Yeah,
That was the only engagement psychological, especially for us as
yeah,
black youth. The only engagement with our brain was when we was doing something negative.
Yep.
right,
Guidance
You know what
counselor.
I'm saying?
right. But it's always when we did wrong. That's what used to irk me. It's like, don't pay attention to me when I do something wrong. Look at me when I'm trying to show you right. You know, it's like y'all only want to correct me when things go bad.
But then
Pay
that's the
attention
attention
when
you're gonna
things
That's
are
start
traumatic
giving them.
too.
You're gonna start giving them
That's
that
absolutely,
negative
traumatic.
man.
attention because that's the only thing that they're responding to.
Right. See, that's what we grew up with. So now our kids are starting to see both sides to that street, whereas we didn't. So that's why a lot of reason we may not always understand right away.
Right. Working it. So I work in the human service field, right? Like group homes. I manage a group home, and learning about like
Group
behavioral
homes.
interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Learning about behavioral interaction, like you learn how you learn the process of a behavior. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? From what happened before,
Yeah.
during, and after. And that put me in a space to engage with people in the same type of way. You get what I'm saying? I think I ain't even about to go outside of myself. Like I'm gonna try to talk from like personal experience and
I need to call you
recognizing
after the show, Lorraine.
recognizing the strength
Oh
and
shoot.
sitting and being able to talk with somebody about your shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's fortunate that pop culture is like it's becoming more popular, but the only way for us to like evolve as a people is to deal with the trauma that produced Black America. Feel me?
Yeah.
We're a product
It's
of trauma.
cause and effect.
You get what
Talk
I'm
that
saying?
Cause
shit.
and effect. You know what I'm saying? Cause and effect. You
And
know
that
what I'm
ain't to,
saying?
and that ain't to say that it ain't like greatness throughout us. But
Mm-mm.
at the same time, even some greatness is in response to
To
trauma.
trauma.
Yeah.
The fuck
Yeah.
now that's the first part. The first part is recognizing the shit in you. But I
Yep.
keep going back to the fact that we done already reproduced. All of us on here done reproduced already.
Right.
So we got little motherfuckers running around in this world now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, we have to recognize that number one, trauma is a real thing. Feel me?
Right.
And trauma put in a
Negative.
child produces an adult dealing with the effects of trauma. That's just
Mm-hmm.
the long and short of the shit.
Yep.
If we could admit that, then we gotta make sure that we invest in the mental health of our kids. Even if that's one-to-one conversations, that could be beneficial. But if
Yeah.
that's not enough, invest in what it is. Like you were saying, like white people and all that, they have a certain level of openness. Like therapy is acceptable in the white community. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying? I know plenty of people that talk openly about their therapists, like white people. We have to do that for our, even if we don't, like it's becoming more mainstream, but we parents are ready, so we have some say so in what goes on in our kids' lives. And if we recognize that external trauma and internal trauma could turn a kid into a dysfunctional adult, some of that responsibility
It's
falls
on
on
us.
us if
Falls
they
on us.
turn into
Yep.
serial killers.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think it behooves us to initially invest in our own mental health, but also don't just stop the conversation there. Be conscious of how we passing whatever the fuck on to our kids.
No,
Yeah.
That's what I said
seriously.
earlier.
And
Definitely.
Exactly what I
it's
said
not
earlier.
always
Yeah.
easy, but it's worth
It's
it.
not
You
always
have
easy,
to.
but you have to. It's not going to be easy at all sometimes because of, like I said earlier, how we normalize the negative behaviors and just convince ourselves or create whatever excuses and then normalize the excuse for it. It's hard. It'd be hard for some people, but like you said, it behooves us to want to look inside and see what we are doing that could cause these things and where those things come from to begin with.
And I think
And,
I think it's easy. It's easier for me to be like to sit back and be like, if I say this to my son, he act like this. It's a little harder for me to be like, damn, when I was 9, this happened, and now I act like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for, like I keep saying, like we are parents. It's easier for us in the moment, in this moment, to be like, what I do affects my child like this. Well, when he goes over there to this person's house, it affects him like this. When he goes to school, it affects him like this. When he watches this show, it affects him like this. His like my son's friend died. That should affect him a certain type of way. You get what I'm saying? I think it's easier. Not I ain't gonna use the word easy. I think time wise is more pertinent to recognize how the world affects our kids and try to deter and try to help them to learn different things to help deal with trauma and deal with negative things in their life. But at the same time, we still have to be doing the work on ourselves.
We sure
Yes.
That's a longer process.
And it's a lot of work. You try to make sure you try to make your kids the best person that they can be possible. Well, as much on your end that you can do, and then you still trying to work on yourself. And sometimes that could take a toll on parents to where they be like, man, it's easier for me to be this person. It's easier for
going to the club.
It's real easy
It's
to
easier
quit.
for me not to work on this, man. I don't got time to be trying to work on me, work on them, make sure. But it's a
and that's the conditioning. That's the conditioning come into play. That's where like societal conditioning come into play.
Especially when you start asking yourself.
Like on the last show, one of the shows, like for me, I have a hard time letting my kids, like I think Lorraine, before you even came on the show, but you were in the comments like, is that your business what they doing with the other person and stuff? But it's not even that. It's like the environment. And if I feel like my kids don't need to be in that type of environment because I'm trying to change generational things that we've dealt with, generational curses, my kids, I'm not gonna have them around it. I don't care if you're the father, the mother, the grandmother, the aunt, the uncle. If the environment for my kids at that time is not safe, or it's something that I feel like is gonna influence them in a negative way, and I know that, for me, I feel like I'm gonna have to just do what I have to do because I'm already trying to work on me. I'm already trying to make sure that, like I said, they could be the best version of themselves. And I don't need extra things. And of course they're going to have it because they're going to go outside. They're going to be on TV and looking at all the things on. So I get all of that. But, sometimes you could control that to an extent. But I feel like having my kids in an environment that I know is not healthy for them, regardless of who that person is. I don't think that I'm wrong in that. And I know that that's one of the things I deal with as far as parenting, and it comes with co-parenting. It's hard to co-parent when you're on one page and trying to have a different lifestyle for your kids, and the other person is on another page and they're like, man, I don't care about what I went through. I know I went through some stuff, but that I am who I am. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I feel like that's not healthy for my children. So I'm like, am I wrong
what do
for
you
that?
mean by do what you got to do?
I don't know. It's very hard as a parent. It's very hard as a parent, especially when you're trying to be on what? Who was about to say something? Oh,
look, this is how I see it, right? No matter what experiences you put your child through, it's gonna shape them either way. And like I said, I'm a product of that. Like my father was doing whatever he wanted to do in Hartford, but he stayed with a job, he stayed hustling, he stayed making money. But I was living with my mother, who was also in the streets, using drugs, around drug dealers and all kind of craziness. But it shaped me because I was seeing what my mother was doing. And like I said, I watched a struggle at times. Lights go out. She called my father. My father come over, bring some money. Gas might go out. Some other guy would come over, bring some money. So it made me like when I was young, Rondell will tell you this. When I was young, I used to hide money in my house just for no reason. I would just hide money. And that was the trauma because my mother never had money. We was always asking, or we was stealing out of Signey Market. We was doing crazy stuff like that.
Yo, you said you grew up on Townley Street?
Townley Street.
Townley?
I went to West Middle.
Townley, right off of Willard.
Yeah. So that's where
you grew up at, right?
Yeah, I grew up at Willard.
That was Oh, y'all had the pool in the big building over there and
No,
everything.
not that building, not that building. I lived across the
The
street.
other building. But yeah, that like I said, that was my trauma. Like never having money was like my issue. So when I was a teenager, Rondella tell you I would always hide money. I would always have money for some weird reason because I used to hide it.
Yeah, he did.
And then when I started living with my father was like, you don't gotta hide money, just work hard to get money. And then started getting jobs and I was still hiding money because I had money. So like I said, your experience from what you grow up with is what's gonna affect your life. That's gonna shape you. So like all traumas ain't bad, but you will learn from them, and all of them ain't good. You learn from them.
Right. But it's what you learn from them that's important.
It depends. It depends on what your take is, or what you're guided to take out of them.
They got exactly.
So therapy is not it don't fix your problem.
Yeah, it ain't gonna fix it.
It just helps you think about it.
It just helps you get them out.
Therapy puts you in therapy help you to develop the skills to be able to process the shit that you go through because you're gonna go through shit.
Yep.
It helps you to develop skills to process the shit that you went through because we all went through shit. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what, as a parent, if I can't give them like therapeutic tools, I can give them tools based off of my experience. That puts you in a position to be able to mentally deal with the shit that you're gonna deal with. Feel me?
Yeah.
Because we can't save them from everything.
Gonna happen.
Can't. That's all you tell them. You got to just tell them these things are out there. You have a choice. You have a decision to make.
As much as you want to put them around, like I got you.
And that's what my father.
Boom, I'm not gonna let that happen.
That's what my father always told me. Life is a decision. Every decision you make is gonna affect the outcome. So that was my cause. My cause of getting in a lot of trouble is because I was scared of my father. Like my father was the biggest, baddest thing in the world. To me, he was the boogeyman. Like you could say, go fight that pit bull. If I ain't got to fight my father, I'll fight that pit bull then, because I'm gonna probably beat the pit bull. I'm not gonna beat my father. So
that was live to me, Lorray.
Huh?
I said that was live to me.
That's right. I already know. I done seen it. I done seen it happen.
That's live. Like, that shit crazy.
When you thought you could fight and you choose you thought you realized you should have went and fought a pit bull instead.
Listen, y'all better ask Amir. I don't know. He was smelling himself. We had first moved to Virginia, and I had told him to do the dishes. And he like jumped in my face, and I'm on FaceTime with my friends because I'm in the kitchen cooking, and I'm like, Amir, I told you to do these dishes, and he like barked at me. It was like, why do I always got to do the dishes? I'm not a maid. I promise you, I turned into the Hulk. I literally picked my son up, and my son is 6'2", 230. I picked him up and boofed him on his back and was standing over him. I said, you ain't never had enough fights to forever come in my face. Like Rondell came flying down the stairs, like, what the hell happened? And he seen him on the floor. And he said, well, he turned around.
I got naked.
Problem solved.
Like,
they need my help.
Black women like that, because I might get boofed.
Like, dude, I literally
that's good trauma right there.
Good trauma. That's good trauma.
He won't bark on his woman. He get older, he won't bark on his woman like that, or bark on a female he come across like that because he learned.
She might boof him.
He might boof him.
But see, the thing is, my son looks a lot like me, but when he gets angry, he looks exactly like his father. So he brought me to a place of trauma, like, because his father used to whoop my tail, like he used to. Rob was very, very physically abusive. So when my son's hovering over me,
that did
I don't know. I snapped, and I had to explain to him again in therapy, like, don't come at me with aggression, because I'm gonna come back at you, and especially you're bigger than me. So and those are the things that your dad would do. He would try to intimidate me all the time, come stand over me and yell at me and bark at me in my face. And when that wasn't effective, he would put his hands on me. So that when you standing over me and you're yelling and your spit particles are touching you, did you just spit on me? I done lost it. Like, dude, let me
Somebody got a lot of
remind you.
feedback.
I don't know. It's not me.
It
I don't
might be
got no
on
TV
Dell.
on. I'm in the room by myself.
It might be the earbuds.
I'm about to say, I think when you move around with your ear, them things are like, I think that's
I'm on
what we
speaker.
catching.
Mm. But
I
yeah,
got
it's when these kids they're different, and it's a lot. You have to evolve as a parent. How we were parented as kids, you really do have to evolve because these kids are evolving. And I'm not saying you have to change your basis of parenting, but you do have to talk to them different. You do have to acknowledge their feelings. Nobody acknowledged our feelings. It was like, feelings? You don't get out my face with them feelings. You couldn't go to your mom. I know I couldn't go to my mom and tell her I was depressed. Hey, mom, I feel like I want to kill myself. You don't pay no bills. You ain't working. I take care of you. I go to work every day. There's food in this house. I don't want to hear nothing about being depressed. I don't want to hear nothing about you wanting to kill yourself. I kill you first. Like that's the type of responses that you would have got back in the day. But if you take stock now as a parent, when you hear that your kid has having suicidal ideations, hell yeah, you're gonna move different because kids are really killing themselves a lot at an alarming rate. So you gotta talk to them different. You gotta include their feelings, and it's annoying. Bring it back in the day where kids did what they were told. Like
Yeah, you
all
want.
this new parenting is for the birds some days, man.
It's just hard to like. I don't know. I'm down with some of it, but like I said, some of it I'm just like, I'm not conforming to this society and what they tell us we have to do and what we should do. Now, like I said, I definitely agree that our kids' feelings, we need to tap into that more, understanding them, the things that they think about and things like that. That's definitely important because we didn't get that back in the days, Kylie. You are right. I mean, and our parents was going through their own stuff. My mother was on drugs, and guess what? I used to like Webb. He said he used to write and read and stuff. I was the smart kid out of my mom. I used to what A's, B's, student of the month, always coming home with certifications. And my wall was full of certificates, awards. I was always that child. And guess what? When my mom used to get high, you know what I used to do? I used to rip up my awards and I used to rip up my certificates. And my mother used to come downstairs and say to me, "You not hurting nobody but yourself. You not hurting me. You only hurting yourself because you won those awards and you think it's gonna do something to me." And she wasn't even taking my feelings into consideration that I'm doing this because I'm hurt. She telling me you only hurting yourself. Like basically, sorry guys, basically, I don't care. So
Right.
I do agree with the whole having
That
to
just
try
made me
to,
sad as shit, Teezy.
huh?
I said that just made me sad as shit. Oh my
Don't be
god, man.
Yeah,
It
that's a
was.
sad story. That story do make me sad for real.
Yo, I used to stay
I'm gonna put that in my
downstairs.
movie, yo. Be a scene in the movie. Oh my god.
But
I'm
it's
sorry, I wasn't trying to make it so sad, but I mean, these are things I dealt with, and I'm like, I sometimes I try. So I don't know with my kids, I do want to try to hear them out, and sometimes I had that not control, but sometimes I feel like that old school come back in, and I'm like, no, let me listen or let me try to understand. Let me hear what she has to say. And then I'm gonna say what I have to say back to her and not just ignore her thoughts and feelings. But sometimes it be some things that I'm like, I'm sorry, no, we're not doing that. I get where you're coming from, but we're not doing that. But I'll never like dismiss my daughter's feelings, either one of them. The 4-year-old Web, no. Nyla is very she will tell you.
Nyla,
She will
that's my
tell you how
girl.
she feel. That's a thoroughbred right there.
Yes, she is.
She's very, yeah, and I sometimes it be driving me crazy, but it's like I still listen to her, and I still try to respond back. I got G check her sometimes. Tracy, she just don't understand with me. I feel like with my oldest, she just like, why can't I do this? And I'm like, you. It's not that you can't do anything. First of all, you have to also give your parents trust. You got to earn trust within your parents. If you say if your kids want to go to the mall, like my daughter, sometimes I don't know why, but she used to lie about things a lot. It's like, why you lying about the simplest stuff? Like, don't lie to me because now when you get of age and it's gonna be time for you to go to the mall with your friends and I drop you off.
You gonna
It's
be
gonna be
like,
time to
nope.
go to the movies with your friends. How am I going to trust you when you telling like the smallest lies? And I'm like, you can't do that. You gotta be truthful and open with me. And I want you to be open with you. I want me. I don't want you to be scared, but at the same time, I don't want you to be lying to me either because then that makes it tough for me as a parent to say, go ahead, Tracy, bye. I'll see you later. Because then I'm like, what you doing? I don't know. I feel
I know,
like
like
Well, now it's a little bit different because now, I mean,
the phones.
when our older kids wanted to go to the mall and the movies and stuff like that, we were like, sure, we would drop all the kids off, we would pick all the kids back up.
Yeah.
But now, because they kidnap little black girls, I live 2 houses away from my daughter's old school, and there's a playground right there, and she can't go to the school by herself. Because here, especially here in Virginia, we're in the South, and they really are kidnapping little black girls. Like there's a place that's in Shackle Bottom where they have like this wall that has all these missing girls from like 2020, 2019, 2018, and they're
Oh
from the
shit.
ages of 11 to 16. And I'm like, oh, heck, no, you can't. No, sit your ass in the room on TikTok. I don't care. You gotta make a video.
No, it is. Back then, we used to be in groups. Like when we, like I told my daughter, I said, yo, we
Right.
used to be riding our bikes from New Haven to West Haven. We ain't have no phones, but it was a bunch of us. All I said, we all grew up on the same street. Our parents all knew each other. We was all like a big family, but our parents
Right.
didn't
It's
have a problem
different
saying,
now.
"Yeah, go ride your bikes up. Go ahead, go have fun. Be back by this time before the lights go. You know, before that light come on. Y'all better go out. Y'all better make sure that y'all, home." So, but it is different. And I tried to tell my daughter like the other day, last week, this week that just no last week, my daughter was followed by some man from her bus stop to our house, basically. And my daughter runs track, so she was able to run away and get into the house. But that was very like that situation was
That's
like
scary.
you're never walking home from the bus stop again. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care if I have to quit my job. You're not walking home. That was so scary. I was at work hyperventilating, crying. Like it was just a lot. My daughter told me like she was very shook up. She was like she was running to the point that she was out of breath, but she just wanted to get in the house. So now, it's different. Now it's more things, precautions that I have to take with her, talk to her about certain stuff, and she's not walking home from the bus stop anymore. And I'm just like, see, these are things that people act like it can't happen to us. It could
No, it can't
happen.
happen. And
To
It can
anyone.
especially,
happen.
I don't know what's happening because this whole kidnapping thing, and not that kids didn't get kidnapped back in the day because they did, but now
Right.
they're
Right.
literally targeting
Rondell, mute your phone,
our
please.
kids.
Huh?
Deshaun,
No, I'm about to get up.
you I
Huh?
don't, you doing too much. I don't.
Mute your
It's
phone
mad
Yeah,
out.
no, I said
while we
I'm about to
talking.
it's a few of us over here, so I'm about to get off of this because there's a lot of
Okay.
noise.
Thank you for coming
So
on,
I'm gonna
Rondell.
holler at
yo,
y'all.
appreciate you, Jeff.
Thank you. All right. Sure.
Have a good night.
Later. So I don't, as a parent, I listen. Them kids can't tell you that they had to walk from the bus stop by themselves or nothing like that because when Araya and Ananya and Karan, they all went to school together, and then they had their friends, and they all would get off the bus stop together and
Right.
all come to the house together. Asia is much younger than them, so the freedoms that they had, ooh, I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
not this. It's
Asia
not the
might be
same.
hit, especially because we live in a place that I don't know these people. This is new to me, living in a new state. It's not like I'm living at home in New Britain where everybody in that town knows me. They know me. They know my brother. They know my family. So somebody sees something happening, they're gonna snatch my kid up and bring them home. I don't have that here. I don't know these people. So no, you can't go to the park by yourself. Yesterday it was 70 degrees outside. So I'm like, Asia, come outside. I'm on the porch. I'm sitting right here and I can see you at the park if you want to go. She was like, nah, it's okay. I'll just stay on the porch with you. And I'm like, okay, but I'm out here if you do want to go to the park. Because she can't go to the park or ride her bike up. Like she can ride her bike right now because now I know my neighbors more. So you can ride your bike to them 3 houses down the street and you can ride your bike back up. If we're all outside, I give her a little bit more freedom. You can ride your bike down to where the corner store is and turn around in the parking lot and come back up. But I'm just super leery because little girls are getting snatched
Are
from me.
getting taken left and right. And then I just seen on the Connecticut, now I'm seeing it posted like a page where they're showing like all these girls, these young kids, boys and girls
That are
been
missing.
missing in Connecticut like you said, 2018, 2000.
For a
I'm just like,
while.
wow.
Yes.
I'm just like, I'm over. I'm like, I know that we can't protect our kids from everything, but to me, it goes back to if we can protect them from certain things, like I'm gonna do it. Like, I don't want you to get a lesson out of being taken because I said, oh, nah, let me try to let you walk again to get from the bus stop. And you end up, I'd rather not take that chance. I'd rather say, you know what? No more. You're not walking home. We're not doing that. And we're going to do it this way. And whatever I got to do to go around that situation, we're going to do that. So,
Right. I am not Liam Neeson. I do not have a unique set of skills. I'll light the whole town up. Everybody will get it. Everybody will become a victim. I'm probably gonna go underneath the jail trying to get you back. But man, listen, I'm not gonna be on the phone with the kidnapper. Like, okay, I'm gonna find you. I got a unique set of skills, and he's gonna be like, "Good luck," and then I'm gonna electrocute him and I catch him. Like, what? If they
no.
take you and if you're not found within the first 24 hours, you good as gone.
Yeah, it's pretty much a wrap. It's not always a wrap, but it's a
For
lot
the
harder to.
most part, it is.
Yo, you know it's crazy? Like
This is so.
it's crazy. Like, okay, remember the guy that killed his they say he killed his wife in what was that, Avon or something? And then they tracked like his vehicle through like the cameras and the
You
ringing of his
talking about
phone.
Yeah.
recently?
Yeah, he dumped the
Oh,
body somewhere
yes.
in Hartford, and then they
Yep.
see how he
Yep.
took a bike and rode the bike from
Yep.
point A to point C. I don't
Yep.
understand how come they can't do that with kidnapped kids. It behooves me that they don't do that. Like, why don't they could track the kid from here to there. Most kids got phones and everybody got cameras. Cameras are
Yep.
everywhere now. So I don't understand how they just be like, we just lost them. I don't get it.
Cause we're brown.
Basically.
And it's a lot deeper than just. I mean, it's not a lot deeper than just being brown because it's got a lot of what us doing being brown, but it's the melanin. It get deeper for why they do it. Melanin is expensive. It's a lot.
It is.
Oh, wow. You
It
want to
is.
get into this?
See, yeah, that's this.
Do
I
you
have
know how
weather.
much our melanin is worth? And
Cool, Kyle.
you know how much
More than
my
gold.
melanin is worth? I got a whole bunch of melanin. You
It's
know
more
how
than
much
gold.
this is worth?
And what they do with what they do with like the energy of taking kids is pure, and it's a lot. It's deep. We got to get into
Yes.
conversation about the occult,
I'm
and
just
that's
saying, I just don't
Listen.
understand how they can't track these kids. Like
I'm
they
going to
could track
say
a
get out.
criminal
They
from
can.
they could track a
They
criminal from New York to
they don't
Rhode Island from
they don't want
cameras,
They tracked
phones,
everything he
and
was doing.
everything, but they
they
can't
don't want
find kids. That's crazy to me.
And they just
So
found
they're
all
not
them
so
kids
looking. They
that
know where
Trump
them kids
had
at.
separated,
They know
the
where them kids are.
Mexicans.
They know where
Webb
them
was
kids are.
Webb was about to take it to like a whole
Yup.
Another
Oh,
another
level,
yeah.
realm,
yeah.
but you don't even have to do that. Like we know the value in ourselves. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And we know as much as society teach us to think less of ourselves, if you are able to step one step outside of that, you will see the value that the rest of the world put on us.
puts on us
Mm-hmm.
for real,
You
for
get
real,
what
for
I'm
real.
saying? And like, but also we recognize that the system look at us as property, so they don't care
Yeah.
about snatching the little motherfucker if they see them walking. They don't. That's nothing.
There's nothing.
And then as far as being able to track it, like Track what? For what?
Well, for what? Yeah, that's how they're looking at it. For what?
You get what I'm
For
saying?
what?
When did they start to care about that? Like
Never.
what year did that
Never.
happen?
It's not
Oh,
that.
they care. Well, when
You
we
get
was
what I'm saying?
property and we was running away. Oh, they
Yeah, that's
stopped
when
us.
they cared about it.
That's when they cared about it.
And now that ain't the case. They that the mentality of looking at us as property that just evolved. It ain't stopped. You
Nah,
get
they
what
ain't
I'm
never gonna
saying?
stop.
So the fact snatching us up off the streets is nothing. The fact
At
that
all.
shooting us in the streets is nothing.
It's nothing.
At
Yeah.
You get what
all.
I'm
But
saying?
I'm just saying though. Think
You
about it,
see all
right?
them
If
Atlanta
someone,
girls missing? I
yep,
watched a docu series on that. That was very good, you
And
guys. It's on Netflix,
that's
I
just
think.
a documentary about a time frame.
Yep, a time
You
frame.
get what I'm saying? It ain't talking about the like that shit is widespread. It ain't never not been widespread.
Mm-hmm.
It's never not happening.
Right.
yeah.
Whether it's us
It's
perpetuating it or somebody outside doing it, because there's some crazy motherfuckers that look like us that's doing that shit too.
That's who was following my daughter, one of us. So yeah, I
I'm
know.
sure. I'm sure. But at
Yo,
the same time, we
these
recognize like that's learned behavior for the society that look at us as property that got away. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
well. I remember a few years
That's
back,
Mm-hmm.
some
like
dude
how
was
it
holding a
works.
girl up. He was holding up hostage on Huntington Street in one of the apartments, pimping her out, and she somehow escaped. And the dude that did it was like 27 years old.
I
So
do
I
the
feel
little
like I
nigga.
remember that.
Yeah.
so
Listen, I was messing with a dude. My first real boyfriend. I used to go to his house when I was in college. I used to go to his house um early in the morning because some days I had to be to class at like 10. I would pop up at his house because he lived right in East Hartford, and I would go see my homeboy. And one day I was gonna go over there, and I don't know, something just kept me from going over there. So I hadn't heard from him in like a week. So I had seen his brother at the club. I'm like, yo, where your brother at? He's like, yo, he in jail. I'm like, he in who? It was like, yo, they said he kidnapped a 14-year-old and had her hostage in his apartment and was doing all types of things with her. I'm like, literally, like, I was just at his apartment last week. Like, I was going over there every day in the morning, and we would burn and chill and whatever. And then I would bounce and go up the street to go in college. And then to
You
find
don't even
out
know the
that,
person that you was dating.
right, I attract weirdos, so I'm pretty good on this whole dating thing
Law of
because that was
attraction.
Yeah. That's funny. I'm sorry. That was funny.
like, but for
crazy.
real, I was like, wow. And reading in the newspaper, I really had to like pull the newspaper up and in the computer lab at school, and I'm reading the East Hartford, what is it, the Inquirer or whatever the name of the paper is out there, and I'm literally reading this whole article about this person whose house I literally was just at a week ago.
And
You're telling
imagine
me
if
it
you
was
had your kids around that person, not even knowing that they were that type of person.
and it's like,
That
wow, like what? And he had to go to jail for he went to jail for a long bit. And then he came out. I mean, I guess he reformed now. He's married and he has daughters. And I just know that family is different. And the guys in the family are real different. So
different.
I just steer clear of those type of people. But it really shocked me because it's like
So so
you
we
look
we
like how you look. Why would you like? And that's a baby. The girl was like 14.
they
Like
got
you
some
had
deep
her
rooted stuff going
hostage,
on.
right? You
so
had a
listen, right?
hostage.
We like I'm an old man and I'm
If you
old
don't
enough to
shush,
I can still remember my high school days though. And I remember girls in high school getting picked up by the older niggas in my hood.
Uh-oh.
You just heard what he said?
Uh-oh.
Right. The reason
I-
I just did that before you finish, you don't even know that. Go ahead.
I swear to yo, I be sharing that status and my
Yo, that's crazy. The way you just said that.
I don't want to. I want to. I want to. I don't. I want to kind of tie it into the topic because
Good.
it's
no,
like,
that's what it be.
No, but listen though, any of the girls that I recognize who did that, I don't know if it was like manipulation or whatever the case may be. I can't speak for that. I ain't gonna take away they level of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for what I seen from the outside, it was a choice. And,
it was a choice.
But once they made that choice, it affected the type of women that they became to be. At least in different, it affected them in different stages in their life. You get what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. My daughter's father, he is 9 years older than me. I was 14 when I started messing with him. Lied to him, told him how I was a certain age, and even when he found out the truth, he still chose to deal with me.
Because you just called these other niggas different for messing with a 14-year-old.
No. You took this little girl hostage. You kidnapped her. And raped her for a whole week.
But even let's say he didn't kidnap her and he just was messing with her.
No.
But he actually did kidnap her.
This is the point I be trying to take,
Lorraine. And I get attacked, but
we should have
there's levels. There's levels to it. Yes. I chose it, but to be honest, it was a learned behavior from a trauma that I went through as a kid. So all I did is deal with older dudes.
Right.
So, but if my innocence wasn't snatched from me when I was way younger than I was when I started dealing with him, I wouldn't have been moving how I was moving.
Right. So
I had to address that within me in therapy years later.
No, but that's some real shit because like I like me coming along as a young a young guy, I'm gonna end up like dating the girl that dealt with that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And now the issues you got to deal with stems from that, and she coming at you whether crazy or good, and you don't know what it is sometimes.
So this is my point. We have to initially recognize that the shit that we went through made us the adults that we are.
Yes.
Not just me, but the person that you engaging with.
Everyone around you.
Shit that they went through.
Your trauma affects everyone around you.
Good and bad.
Right.
Good and bad.
What a show.
I mean, when I tell you that he met a girl, a young girl that was beyond traumatized. Like prior to even meeting him, I tried to kill myself when I was 13. A year before I met him, I tried to kill myself because nobody believed me when I told the truth about what happened. Nobody believed me, not even my own mother. So I wanted to die. Like I went to the cemetery. I went to my sister's grave, and I took a whole bunch of pills, and I tried to kill myself. I left a note though, and my brother's baby mother came home from wherever she was, and she found the note, and she knew where I was because that's where I would go to write. I would go to my sister's grave a lot when I was feeling, whatever was going through. I would sit in the cemetery at my sister's grave, and I would write all the time. So she knew that's probably a place that I would be, and they found me, and even that call out for help was met on deaf ears. Like my uncle laughed at me, like, "Yeah, right. You saying X, Y, and Z did this to you? You're lying." And then even when I confronted the person that did it, they'd act oblivious. And my grandmother called me a liar. And so when I met my daughter's father, I was gone. I was so far gone and so far over my family, and I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to be not around those people.
Right.
And And I used to hang out with my friend around the corner, this older lady. I love her. Nisi, that was my she was my peace in my crazy world. And I would be at her house all the time, and she older than me. So a lot of even how I moved was from being around older women and seeing the things that they were going through. But like I wouldn't say, hey, he just sought out to mess with a young girl. But he did. He messed with a young girl, and he was in his 20s when I was dealing with him. So, I mean, I'm gonna call a spade because it couldn't have been my 14-year-old daughter, because it ain't happening. And you're 9 years older than her. Yeah, right. You ain't never seeing him again, and he ain't never gonna
Right.
see you again unless you want to see him
Right.
at the cemetery. Where you want to see him? The cemetery or the jail?
Right.
But I didn't have that guidance. My mom worked all the time, and by the time she got to parenting me, she was tired. My brother in and out of jail, and my mother, by the time she got to me, she was just tired.
And
So
then
I
a lot
forgive
of
her
too in
now.
the black community, a lot of times they would act like it didn't happen. If you told
Right.
them that somebody in the family did something to you, they would just act like nothing happened, or
You
just was
lying.
like,
Go about your business.
nah, I'm gonna send you over there still. You
Or
not
they
telling the
tell y'all
truth, or
don't leave the kids
Right.
around Uncle Frank. Don't
Yeah.
yep,
leave the
and
kids
still
around
leave
Uncle
them
Right.
Frank.
around Uncle Frank.
But I will say this. Um, it was this summer because I went on a whole eat, pray, love journey. I called it. It was this summer that I was chilling with my aunt. We had went
Uh-huh.
away with the kids. We was at staying up in Hampton and going to the beach, and I'm chilling with my aunt, and my sister had spilled the beans about something that I wasn't ready to discuss, and it
Mm,
forced a conversation between me and my aunt that clued
mm,
me into some deep seated family trauma. So it clicked in me finally why my mother was the way she was with me, and who my mother is right now because of the trauma. That's why my mom still won't come. My mom will not come visit me in Virginia. I could beg her till I'm blue in her face. She ain't coming to Virginia. She hates it here. This place is trauma to her. This family is trauma to her. So she stays far, far away. And I didn't know some of the stuff that was going on until my aunt put me on, and I'm like, wow. So
So once you found out that, did it like enlighten you to how she engaged with you in certain type of ways?
oh, absolutely. Like me and my mom, we have a dope relationship. Like that's I love my mother dearly.
mm. I haven't
And
seen her forever.
I
but
love your
she's
mama
still
too.
working. She's still
Still
working
She
working.
all the
always was
time.
She's
yeah,
yo,
she
she's like the
always was.
hardest working female I've ever seen in
Yo,
my
my mother
life,
has not
yo.
had a day off in a year and a half.
Oh shit.
Yo,
That's impressive.
she worked hard, hard. I'm talking about come home, take a nap, and go back to work.
Right,
You'd be like, damn, you just slept for five hours. She'd be like, too many hours. I gotta go back to work. And then
right,
we'll walk to work sometimes. And I'd be like, you walking?
right.
Shit.
So it's a lot. I commend my mother for being a a strong woman and being able to bear all the abuse, because there was nothing but abuse in her life, and the only love came from her kids, mainly me, because my sister and my brother, they don't engage with my mom like how I do. So, but knowing what I know now, I'm like, damn, this lady can't catch a break. She was abused on both ends of the spectrum. Both
Mm.
sides of the family ain't love her. So how the hell was I supposed to get the love and guidance that I needed when she suffered so much abuse? So I guess because of all the things that I went through as a kid, yeah, my kids seen a lot, but They can never say, and I'll punch them in their mouth fast. Fix your mouth to say I wasn't there. Because no matter how many hours I worked, I didn't miss a school play, a track meet, a football game, cheerleading competitions, y'all, the bake sales. I would come home, eyes bleeding. I'm so tired. But they got a bake sale for the cheerleading squad, and I got to make 150 cupcakes in 2 hours. I'm going to make it happen. Like I was the overachiever mom because of all the things that I went through as a kid. But I recognize it's trauma, and it's nothing. It was a lot of. It was abuse, man. It was abuse and
Yeah.
trauma, and I don't even know how I even made it sometimes.
My mom was like that with my older sister.
Thank you for sharing that, Kyla.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Kai, for real.
No
My mom was
worries.
just like that with my older sister. She did track, and she would show up to the track with juices to Weaver, juices and chips and stuff to sell and cupcakes, and you know what I mean. She would put in that time and energy. Like,
On
but
TV
we,
show.
we all got a different experience from my mom. I love my mother to death. Again, let me prerequisite by saying that. But we all got a different experience from my mom. Do you see Lorraine face? Like
Lorraine, leave him alone.
she did that with my sister, and then with my brother, she was hard on him, but she did a lot of because he helped a lot as far as financially because my father wasn't there. He was doing his thing and he was making his money and he helped financially. So she gave him. I'm not gonna say she spoiled him, but he used to wreck all her cars. You know,
Your oldest
he wrecked
brother?
all her cars.
Your
Like,
brother?
yeah, like she would all of them.
You can't even deny it.
Ray dying over there.
He got a lot of leeway with that kind of thing, but she also was hard on him with other things. Because I remember when she first caught him smoking, and like I don't know if Lorraine was there for that. I remember when that happened. You know what I mean? Like I was in the car when that happened, so I got a lot of story. But my experience with my mother was very different because she had one experience with my sister, another with my brother, and then with me she was tough on me about. She focused more so on the bad things. Her attention was given more to the bad things and not necessarily because she provided and she did. You know what I mean? She did her part as a mother, and I love her for that.
Mm-hmm.
She took care of us because it was just her. But she focused on what she would call my negative aspects. And when I was trying to do something positive, if it wasn't her, what she wanted for me to do in a positive way, she focused on that negatively too. So a lot of my traumas come from that kind of thing with her. Like when I felt like I was doing something good for myself, oh, you're too smart for that. You should be doing this. I'm like, that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do because I like this, and this is what I'm good at doing.
Right.
So it kind of, in a sense, stifled me with certain things.
So I
Right,
think
because you felt discouraged.
I felt discouraged.
I think
So
I
that's
think you raised something that's like real important. The even like when we talk about trauma, innately we go straight to like the worst of the worst of what could happen. And I think kind of, but when you talk about your
Sorry, I
trauma in these conversations, at least I'm gonna say, at least to me, I hear I don't give you as much credence to how you describe your trauma.
yeah.
Partly it's because I know some of the story, but I think it's partly is just society. Like I said, innately when we hear trauma, we think like, okay, I was treated negatively in some type of way. But I think we also have to be conscious of just that engagement and how even if it's not a negative engagement, it can have a traumatic effect.
In fact,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because like and I think in therapy help you to recognize it help you to step outside of just your perspective and to help you to expand your shit a little more. Feel
Mm-hmm.
me?
Mm-hmm.
I think just speaking from the outside with and just to kind of talk about your experience that you described is not an uncommon experience, especially dealing with a parent who have to parent kids in different age ranges, and then that last kid having to deal with all of the parenting from the other kid.
But she didn't really. She gave her a lot of leeway. Whitley not spoiled, but Whitley got away with mad shit
Well, she supposed to. That's
because she's a baby.
See, now you starting to mess up now. Don't bring Whitley into this.
No, I love it. That's my road dog. That's
but I kind of want to talk like I said. I can't speak about your experience. All I can do is speak from the outside looking in, and I can attest to seeing what you said about like your sister. I could also kind of see what you thought was getting away with stuff with your older brother, but I got some of his perspective of those incidents.
Yeah, he didn't.
It was never getting away with.
It wasn't getting away. I know it wasn't getting away. It wasn't getting away.
It just seemed like she was going softer on him for certain things to you.
Giving him the vehicle
and that's
after
the
crashing
perspective part of it.
Yep.
Like we have to recognize that our perception is our initial response to the shit, but then we have to take other things into consideration.
That's what I was
getting.
What
I'm saying.
My mother been through a lot of trauma, and because I'm going to therapy now for different stuff. But
and Webb, your brother almost got killed, bro.
I know. Listen, I know.
Your mother not gonna be like, Webb.
Yeah, I don't want you to go down this path.
Which I understand. I get it. I get it. But before going, I didn't need therapy to do that because, like I said, I'm a connective person. So I started thinking back to stuff, and I realized the differences in how she did us and what caused it. And then I had to look at what she had been through because she's been telling us about her experience for a long time, but from her perspective. You know what I mean? I had to see how all of that connected, and I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just be hard because her experiences was traumatic, and she doesn't really focus much outside of her experiences to give not care. I'm not gonna say not to give value to our experience as far as dealing with certain things. Because her experiences was like, yo, I had to, and it's like, yo, you're not listening to me. It come across like, you're not listening to me.
Yeah, I understand that, but honestly, yo, for the most part, we are like that. When we talk through our experience,
Only lens we got.
The topic that I have some experience with, you gonna hear me talk more confidently about that topic and through my experience. You get what I'm saying? If I never experienced it, I may be a little less talkative about the topic. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think I think it's important, and we like to stay on topic, talk about childhood trauma, recognizing
we always gotta go back around the block.
Right. Once we old enough to recognize that is a such thing as it, we have to recognize how it affects us. And then how that make us interact with other people. Yeah. But also recognize that whoever it is that's standing in front of me, all of that shit exists for them too. Like you said, your mom, she was dealing with her, like she had traumatic experiences in her life. In order to like interact with her in the best possible way, initially you have to be empathetic to that. You get what I'm saying? Have an understanding, and the understanding come through your own personal experience.
And that's what but it'd be hard now because that's what I'm saying. She's very focused on her experience. So I do try now to have conversations with her about from my experience because it's very similar to hers. She don't want to hear that because it was really traumatic to her, and she don't like. And I'm not gonna say she don't. I take it that she feels as if I'm making her seem like what she dealt with, and she gets.
I'm starting to feel uncomfortable talking about your mother.
No, I'm just trying to explain it from a very understanding point because
I got a friend that live on his wife Facebook like I'm a fuck this little.
No, I love mom. It's always from a place of love. It really is from a place of love. It really, really be from a place of love, yo.
But it's
I can't
real.
wait till you
I
come
mean,
on the
it's
show
first.
and be like, me and my mom, we done fixed things. We are in a better
We
space,
got a
in a
mom. We
better
fix things.
place.
We gonna have his mom on the show next week.
Yeah. Bring it next week.
His mom on the show next week.
Oh,
We're gonna have a whole discussion.
oh my God.
Oh gosh, no. I don't know
Oh
if
my
I'm
God.
ready for that. I don't
Nah,
know.
shout out to my mother. I love you, mommy.
You
Real
know what
talk.
it is though, from a kid, like even when I was younger, looking outward at my parents, I didn't realize like what they had experienced. So I really didn't know my
Right.
parents' life until I got older and my father, started bringing me through his circle and I started being like, oh shit, my father knows some shit. Like, and then even with my mother, the people my mother had me around wasn't the most positive people in our life. But through them people, I learned like my mother was going through some shit, and my uncle was doing some wild shit that they ain't had no business doing, but they felt they needed to do it to survive. So it's like it's just a lens. You got to look through You got to kind of like gauge everybody lens and be like, why do you think they're saying this to you, or why do you think they're coming this way for you? Like most of the time, it's just to protect you. Like, don't do this dumb shit because this person and this person did this dumb shit, and this person over here almost died or something. So I don't want you to go down this avenue. But us looking at it through our lens, we like, man, I ain't doing none of that. Don't worry about me. I got this.
Yeah.
And
I ain't about to do
meanwhile,
what you did. I'm not about
we
to do
don't
what
have
you
it.
did.
Right.
We end up right in that same boat with the same paddle. So
So listen, that's why I'm trying to control this little boy. This is where we are right now. Like I try to tell him, like, Lorraine, I understand you going to go through your own shit. But what I can tell you is like you never been a 19-year-old. I've been a 19-year-old before.
Oh
You
my
never
God, you
been
sound
you
just
never
like
been
me.
21. I've been 21. Like
They think we don't know what we talking about.
It's a saying. When you going, when you going, I'm coming. And my daughter's mom said her mother used to say that to her. It's like I already experienced this already. So you can't
yeah,
pull the wool over my eyes. You get what I'm saying? As you going to as you trying to convince me of something, I done did all of that already.
but you
Right,
know
like
what
I've
I'm
already lived your 23-year-old life
right.
already.
But I'm trying
Like,
to
Exactly.
please,
yeah.
I'm
I'm trying
trying
to
to
think
help
of an
you and put you
adult.
on a game.
Look, when I was
But
in,
I'm
when I
trying
was
to
in,
think of an adult that I listen to that shit about. You know? Like that
We
that I
didn't.
listen
you
to and they
didn't. None of
told
us
me
We
this.
listened.
didn't. None of
No,
us
no
did.
one listens.
You listen to
That's
No
other
the
one
people.
listened.
You
problem.
listen to your
No one
parents.
listens. No one
You
listens
listen to
until
other
it's too
people
late.
telling you like,
I'm
yo,
telling you.
yep.
Yo, look, when I was in middle school, my father was always 5 steps ahead of me. I felt when I got 20 steps ahead of my father, I ended up in jail. You hear me?
See?
I
Look,
ended up in jail.
that's a good example.
So I had to like, I had to
And he
humble myself and
lucky.
come
I
back
was just
like,
gonna
my
say
bad,
humble
pops.
yourself.
Yeah, I
Look,
had to humble
And he
myself and come
lucky
back like,
I'm
my
because
trying
bad,
what
pops.
I'm trying to do, y'all, I'm trying to like fast track him coming back to me 10 years from now. Like, Dad, Joe, you know what? You was right. No, nigga,
You
I'm
was
right
right,
now.
yeah.
I'm right
I'm right
now.
now.
Yeah.
Let's
Right.
do this right now. And cut the
Cut the
time that we
bullshit out.
can spend
Yeah. No, I
figuring it
can't think of
out.
nobody that's done that. Like, I can't think of nobody in my life that's been like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to my parents.
Yeah.
No,
But then it make
it
you
don't.
start to
We
look
don't
You're
and
do
not
think
that,
and be
helping
yo.
me,
like,
Nate.
yo,
You're
look at what
not
my
We
mom
helping
was
don't.
me.
with my
We
parents.
don't do it, dog.
It
We
make you
don't.
start to think. It make you start to be like, yo, I was like this when I was young. I really wasn't listening to my parents, and like it just make you. It bring back memories when your child is of certain ages, and you like, wait, was I like this for real? For real? Like, I'm not gonna listen to you at all. I wasn't listening to my mom at all. Like, I thought I was
None.
wrong. Like, I
I
feel
just
like
was
this.
scared of my
Why
mother.
do
I
it
feel
always
like
have
she
to
could
be to
tell me.
come back? Like, I learned a lesson.
Yeah,
Please just
boy. Listen.
listen.
What?
Like, just
I
listen to
didn't
what I'm
skip
telling
school.
you.
Yo,
F
that won't happen. That won't happen till your child is like 25, 30, and they just go come back to you and be like, yo, because I did it with my father. I came back, I was like, yo, you was right about everything, man.
Yo,
I fucked up. Like,
yo, I apologize to my mother. I
yeah,
said,
me
Mom,
too. It was the realest conversation me and my father ever had. All he did was laugh. I was like, yo, I fucked up,
no,
man.
that's what she did too. too, because they know they like, man, I tried to
trying to tell you.
This train,
I tried to
Listen,
get
I'm
that
taking
waiting.
all the way off the rails. I need help. I fucked up.
Help me break that generational curse, Nate.
Yo,
Help me break that curse, Nate.
I'm waiting right
I
now.
hope
I'm
you can break
waiting.
it, Ray, because
it's hard, yo. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do it with my kids, but it's hard, yo.
I'm
it's
Like,
very
telling
hard.
you, I'm telling you, my daughter's 23 right now. I'm literally looking at her little relationship and how her little life going right now, and I'm like, watch this little motherfucker. And I sat down with her, and she caught me on one of them days that I was sipping, but I was mellowed out. You know, I'm sipping my little Henny and I'm listening to my music, so I'm mad chill. So I'm like, let me have a real woman to woman conversation with Shorty, because how you
Not
moving is
with the
kind of
Henny.
crazy.
Not with the Henny got you.
So right, so the Henny had me relaxed and I was able to open up a little bit. So I had the realest conversation ever with her, to watch her turn around the next day and do the same
same
dumbass shit
dumb
that
shit.
I
Yeah.
just told you not to
Can't.
do. But now I get to watch it from another eyes, because she going through some more stuff right now. So I'm gonna watch, because I guarantee she's 23 right now. I guarantee by the time she's 25, she gonna be like, "Ryan, you was right." And I'm waiting, because I'm gonna be like, I told your ass so. Yeah, I'm gonna be that petty. I'm gonna be like, I ain't gonna laugh. I'm gonna be like, I told your little ass. I told you I knew
Yeah.
it. I told you the nigga wasn't ish. I told you, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Oh, I'm gonna rub it in. Oh, I can't wait.
I think especially when it comes to like relationships too, Kyla, you be like, man, she ain't about to be with him long. Like, I already can see through it. Like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. I'm like, yo, who told us to be parents?
Right.
But yo,
I love it though.
it's
I
crazy.
got son. Listen.
Hold on, let me rephrase that. I had a shot, so maybe I love being a parent. Don't get me wrong.
Man, listen.
Yeah, this
So
is the
she's
whole
at that
reason
stage
when I
where
was young, I said I don't want kids.
she's
I
still
love being a
welcome
parent,
kids.
but
The whole
it's a
reason.
lot.
I'm at
It's a
another
lot.
stage in the
I want to
parenting
trade it.
where I say F them kids all the time. Ma, I'm hungry. What's for dinner, man?
Web don't like
F
that
these
saying.
kids. You better go make a sandwich.
Because it got to do with generational. It got to do with generational traumas and us, how we deal with trauma as Black people. But we said
Listen,
earlier, the radio was kind of touching on that earlier. It's got a lot to do with that, and people don't like to hear that. I get where it comes from.
What
Ain't
does
nothing
it
wrong
have?
with it.
Know what you
Can you
gotta think
explain
though,
that?
Web? You gotta think like this though, Web. When we say that as parents, it means sometimes we just need a break from the
We just
kids
need a
That's what
break. I
I
know
because
said
they
to
is
you
killing
last
us
week.
oh, I don't
mentally. So
mean, no.
I
Come
mean
on
it.
I
now.
what it
love that,
means.
Nate.
I need a break. I'd be like, yo,
Exactly what it means. But it's just it's not a nice phrase based on us as people and how we viewed and how things can be viewed. And we
What
live in
phrase
a time
you talking
now
about?
where
Fuck them kids.
fucking kids, yeah. I
yeah. I
understand
mean,
it.
it's not literal. It's not
It's
literal.
not
It's
literal.
just
I know
Listen.
it's not
I'm
literal. I
about to get it.
get it.
I'm
It's not
about
a
to
nice
get it
phrase.
trademarked. And that's it. I'm saying it first on the show. I'm about to get F them kids trademark. I'm about to make a shirt. Because some days you be feeling like
And
that.
you'll
F
make $1
them
million
damn kids.
too.
And I
Yo,
be
in
meaning
3
that.
people
days.
wear it on anything. People gonna put it on
Yo,
everything
so
on these
listen,
shirts.
I'm about to steal your idea because I got a nigga that make T-shirts. I'm not gonna market
I
it.
already.
I'm gonna make me a T-shirt that say "fuck them kids."
Mine's gonna say, and them kids too.
Hey,
Man, fuck all them kids. And I be meaning that from the most sincerest place of love I can come, man. Fuck them
Exactly.
kids.
Respectfully.
Like for real,
Respectfully, yep,
respectfully.
right at the end of it.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Okay.
I ain't even. I'm
Oh my
listening
God.
because
This was
your kids
another
bring
good
you
show.
this is a great show.
Yeah, it was. It's getting late. We be up here for a minute, but I don't be
We,
minding.
we almost at 4 hours.
The conversation be that real, so I never mind.
And I had the audacity to get real with y'all sober. Ooh, I'm gross. I didn't even have a drink today.
My shit empty.
Wait, what happened?
I said I was very transparent sober.
I need to come with a drink for next week.
Hey, don't let us be a bad influence on you.
Like,
We not listening to that.
Oh, I know.
TC read it.
Everybody know. Everybody knows. Everybody know. I drank. I drank, but I was
what Keith though?
sober. I was
I had a
very
little bit.
transparent
It was very
soberly.
transparent and open. I respect it.
So sober though. I'm finna go drink as soon as this show over. And I
The
say
viewers.
all her stuff because I have to I have to even talking about it. I'm free from it, but even talking about it,
You
I
breaking
still need
up.
to decompress from it
Yes,
because
her buds.
oh, let me see. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
I can hear
No,
you now. Go ahead, talk.
I'm saying that even
Them
with
shits is sensitive.
everything,
They pick up the slightest movement.
yo, and I'm not even
Them
moving. I'm like
AirPods
sitting
are like,
still.
Not
I
just
can't.
when you talk, it pick up your jaw movement.
Right, I can't stand this. It's time to switch the
Muscles.
earbud, I think. There we
You
go.
got to get something to plug in.
Um,
Man, I can't wait, man. When my kids turn 18, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. Especially my
it's just
oldest, man. He's
I'm
so
12,
cold.
so
so
We're gonna try to get some answers for you, Nate. By then we should have some type
please.
of
We
My
should have
daughter's
all
going
the
into
answers
high
by
school
then.
and I'm freaking
yeah,
out.
I,
I don't know. Cam's different, so
he too
Ah,
smart for his own good.
but
who
but
your
real
oldest
talk, I
or your
think it's
youngest?
before you wrap up, TZ, I think it's important that we recognize that trauma is real. Get some help for this shit. Help in all type of ways. That don't have to mean therapy, but I do promote therapy. But talk about your shit, work through your shit, get tools to work through your shit, and don't keep passing down. If it's one curse we gotta pass down, is that mental health is not important. We gotta break that curse.
We gotta break that
Break
shit.
that
Oh yes,
generational
I
curse.
am. I think we all could agree on that tonight. Like, it's
absolutely.
very important. We have to like. I even for myself. I don't know. I don't know. As I'm getting older, I'm just the awareness and just being more conscious of just like you said, where the trauma's coming from. Why am I acting the way I act or do certain things that I do? And it's taking responsibility. Taking responsibility to want to heal myself from that. So I speak about it all the time, and sometimes I feel like I feel like a broken record, but then I'm like, yo, this needs to be embedded in our minds. Like, it's so
Absolutely.
real, and we have to. I mean, I feel like our community has gotten a little bit better, especially with social media and stuff, far as like going to therapy and things like that. But it's a lot of people still that are just like I said earlier, like therapy, like what? You want me to go sit down and talk? Yo, even just this right here, this is like soothing. This is like, you see how Kyla was able to just, I'm pretty sure, how I was able to just talk, how you were able to bring us some things, Lorraine. Like, we got to find that outlet, like even men, because we know a lot of times there's more outlets for women than men. And yo, y'all have to find that outlet. Y'all have to find that go-to person or go-to people or the therapist, or if y'all want to be honest, yeah, we have to find a way to heal from our trauma and understand it and understand that it does spill over into our children. It does spill over into our adulthood. And as long as we continue to ignore it, as long as we continue to sweep it under the rug and say, hey, whatever, I don't want to deal with that right now, it's gonna add more trauma and more trauma and more trauma to your life until you really say, yo, listen, stand in the mirror and face that shit. Stand in the mirror and look at yourself. You, and even if the ugly didn't come from you, like, intentionally, and it came from your family or wherever it came from, or an abusive, whatever it came from, you still have to face that. And I think that a lot of times people don't like to face it, but you gotta face that ugliness, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
There's that
So go ahead,
what's that
Kyla.
artist? Is it LMA? And I think it is LMA. And one of her songs, she's saying that she wants somebody to love her naked. Like that right there says something to me. It's like, can I lay all my ugly on the table? Like, you can look at me and see that I'm not ugly, but when I open up and I tell you all these things that happen, and I tell you all these horrible things that happen to me, are you still gonna love me when I'm completely standing in front of you naked? Not in the physical sense, but in the
Right.
mental.
Yep.
Like, I'm naked. This is me. And us as women, we might feel a little bit more open to share ourselves and to be bare and to be naked. But we have to learn, and we need to teach our daughters and our sons that, one, it's okay to be open. It's okay to bare yourself. It's okay to be vulnerable, because you have to, if you can't be completely real with you, how do you expect somebody else to be completely real and to keep it completely real? So I'm gonna give you this. So I'm gonna give you me raw. This is me. No whole bars. This is who I am. And I want, and that's the type of intimacy. That's that love that I want. I want that love. I don't want you fell in love with the physical, you fell in love with things that I do or whatever. I want to fall in love with your nakedness, with your ability to be completely vulnerable with me. And I'm gonna give you my nakedness, and then let's heal from it. And then that bond will make us more tighter. Can we do that? Can we make that a normal thing?
And listen, yeah. I love this. I love it, man.
Listen. Don't be like this, man.
Like this was great today. It opened. We talked about a lot of stuff that I was trying to say that I get misunderstood as saying. We spoke about today on this episode. So it was like really, really good. Like, really, really good. I really appreciate today's episode.
Gotta do this again next week.
Next week, same time, same place.
Same time, same network.
Nate, you want to say? Wait, you. See, that's why I can't take no shot here, because I start getting sick. But Nate, you want to say something? I'm gonna let everybody say something before we get off.
Y'all covered it all. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be invited to this platform. You know, like speak my mind, listen to other people. Pretty gang Nick. You know, I've been involved in your life and in her life. You know, we all cross paths. So you know,
since I was a little girl.
It's a great thing, though. I'm saying this is great.
Look.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yo, Ray.
Aw.
Word.
Thank you. So, on that note,
you got to accept
all of you guys for coming up. What happened, Web?
No, I just sent Lorraine a friend request.
Oh, okay. Oh, you wasn't friends with Lorraine?
I was on my other Facebook, not on this one.
How about
on that note, I do want to say, what'd you say,
after last week.
Yo, not even. So listen, that's what I'm saying. Like today, I was trying to say last week. You said
don't bring it last week.
You said exactly what I was trying to say last week today.
Last week was good. That means my boy Webb took some notes. He did what he had to do. He listened, and we respect. Thank you for that, Webb.
I guess that's what it means. But okay.
What?
I guess that's what it means.
Whatever. Huh? You did really good today. We all did good.
I'm on to call Lorraine after this.
I don't know if Lorraine gonna pick up. Psych. So, I
need to go get me a bottle of wine or something because I forgot.
No, again, I want to say thank you to you guys for always coming on. I do appreciate that when you guys are actually, if you want to come on, you guys say, yeah, I have no problem. You know, I really appreciate that. Thank you to all the viewers as always. Thank you for you guys for being transparent, for being open. Like, y'all don't understand how much that means to me because, yes, there are people like us that's open and transparent, but there's so many people that's not. And when we sit up here and we talk about these things and we share our experiences and we talk about the facts and things of that sort, again, you don't know what people are taking from this. You don't know how many people you're helping to heal with their situations. Like imagine the people that listen tonight to us, and we're up here talking it. People are replaying it and watching it. I just had somebody tell me that they go back and watch the shows and reevaluate themselves, like just from watching the shows and tuning in. So this is always going to be for me, and I hope for everyone else, like a positive platform. And like again, I'm always say I got some things in the works, and I actually ordered some buzzers because I was trying to do this thing that I'm doing, and somebody stole my stuff. But it's okay, because they're gonna send it back to me.
Yeah,
I'm
everybody
getting
like,
some
what?
more.
Yeah, that's definitely what
I'm like,
like,
how do you who steals buzzers?
I know they gonna open that shit like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, oh, these are who steals game buzzers? But anyways, I think I'm telling too much what I'm trying to do with Venus versus Mars, but
Weirdos.
I really truly appreciate like the consistent flow. I appreciate my people, my guests that come on, because like Ray, you tagged and you said it's like a piano. Yes, you guys up here. It is like a piano, and we all get to discuss, and everybody has their opportunity. And sometimes we might, what is it? Agree to disagree? No, disagree to whatever it is. But we
Agree
do
to
that at
disagree.
times, and yes, thank you. And we come back around, and we all at the end of this night could agree that we all have to deal with our inner trauma and our inner child and the issues that we had, and that's something that we all could agree on. So on that note, you guys, I'm going to end this show. We will be back with another Talk with Teezy next week, you guys. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their night, because I'm about to get ready to get myself together and my babies. And everybody enjoy your evening. Have a good one.
Take it easy,
Bye.
everybody.
Good
Later,
night.
y'all.
Later.
Later.